He muted
Now
himself.
we're live.
We're live.
Okay.
Are we live?
Amazing.
Is this
We're
thing
live,
on?
everybody.
Is
Is this thing on? Testing.
We're
I
live,
muted
we're
myself
live.
right before. Hello, everybody.
We're live.
We're live.
We're live and I'm eating salad, so please don't mind.
It's alive.
It's fine. It's alive. Okay, so Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm just imagining Kiva actually eating while we're doing this battle.
Honestly?
Look. Sometimes you just got to pull out some rations and gnaw through them after a traumatic experience.
And when
It's
you're
true.
a druid, those rations are salad.
Yeah. We're
Exactly.
just all sneaking very stealthily.
That got me.
Come on, Kiva.
I mean, she's never been the most stealthy person. She's like about 7.5 feet tall. She's very loud. She's, she's not sneaky. She's just not.
It fits perfect.
Incredible.
Fits perfectly.
So, for a quick recap, last week, you guys all met back at the inn. You went over the plan, and whenever you talked to Greg, you all had your moments with each other. There was a little thing that happened between Rufus and Kiva because Spaguglio. Gotta get on the.
I was like, who's Rufus?
Who's Rufus? I don't know.
Who's Rufus?
Spaguglio and Kiva, because Spaguglio decided to tell Greg that Kiva was poor and needed money for some reason that no one knows.
For the record, Kiva does have money. She may be a druid who lives alone, but she has money.
Right. And then there was a thing with the book where Kiva was essentially pulled into a memory of some form. This is the Book of Memories of
I remember.
the Shadow. Kind of pulled you towards this town. You guys all headed towards this town. You were essentially said, I think Greg was like, you should probably go to Hartirim to make sure that they know, like, to help them out. Because as far as Greg, and you also met Barty, as far as they knew, this town was supposed to be trying to rebuild from an attack. You guys showed up and it looked like it was in complete and utter disarray. You went down into the town. I'm going to start the music now because it's a good time to do that. Okay. So, you guys went down into the town. You went towards a little outpost. And as you were walking towards it, you heard some rustling inside. You opened up the door. Two kind of terrifying creatures came at you. They ran through the door and tried to grab you guys and do harm. They were not nice creatures at all, but the entire look on their face the entire time was almost of extreme pain. They seemed to be essentially warped beings of some form. You dispatched of them. And in the back room, you heard a little more rustling. Out came Varis, who seemed... Varis looked like a very scared elf, wood elf. You guys questioned him a lot, trying to make sure that he wasn't... it wasn't very, I don't know, one of them or whatever. As far as I can tell, Spaguglio's still a little bit curious, but Mega kind of seemed to... Spaguglio's still a little bit, I don't know, on the fence as to whether Varis is okay.
I don't trust him, but I'm not afraid of him.
But Mega seemed to kind of relax a little bit, and you guys all let Varis tag along. And here we are now. You guys kept on. So you guys this is actually where we'll be starting tonight. You guys just left the guardhouse, going farther into the town. This purplish bluish haze kind of still emanating all around the air. As you make your way farther into town, Spaguglio, I believe you have negative 5 feet less of movement still from last week. If not, you should. So. I'm gonna need to have everyone make another wisdom save. As you're kind of walking, and the ground kind of seems to be trying to slow you down a little bit.
Oh no. What a terrible way to start off the night. I got an 8.
I got a 10.
I got this many.
Oh God!
Wow.
Hey, I beat the bird.
You beat the bird. Okay. That's fun.
Yeah, this is just peachy.
So
Give it to
all
me
of
straight,
you,
Cal.
as you all
Well,
start
okay.
walking, the ground seems to almost be stickier for everyone, like it's trying to grab hold of you a little bit. You noticed before that Spaguglio started moving a little bit slower, but you didn't know why. Now you're kind of getting that same sensation. Everyone is -5 movement feet, so Spaguglio's now at -10.
Damn it.
Question, Cal. Does that apply to flight speed?
No. So if you are off the ground, you'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as when you're on the ground, you feel like the ground is kind of holding you back a little bit, like you're sticking to it.
Okay, so I'm at 25.
Spaguglio's at what, 15
20.
or 20?
15.
No, 15. Yeah, because you're a
Oh
gnome.
no, because you're a gnome.
Got a
Oh.
little step.
He's got little steps.
So I kind of look at Mega, and I ask, I go, hey, can you carry this? Everything's getting a bit heavy. And I ask him if he can carry my great. Can you carry my great club? It's just everything's so heavy right now. Here you go.
After hopping on the ground a couple feet, Kralis just kind of takes to the air, looking concernedly at the ground, and just kind of does slow loops around the group.
Nice. So you're no longer feeling that slowness, unless you were to touch the ground again.
But I see it.
But you
on the
see
ground.
it exactly, and in the air. So, as you are walking a little more towards the street, and this kind of feeling of slowness happens, you're actually, as you're looking up at the tree homes around you, you notice that the tree homes are almost kind of crystallized, and are what are causing the occasional breaking and falling sound. You actually kind of see in the distance a tree home, the top of it just kind of a crystallized portion of it just and just fall down and break on the street or in the distance.
Is this the first instance we've seen of like crystalline stuff?
You notice it a little bit from a distance, but this is the first kind of closer look you've had. Like everything seems kind of warped-ish, but that's how it's kind of warped, is crystallizing.
Would this be like familiar at all? Like, or is this like something completely novel that maybe I've never seen before?
Do a history check.
Okay. Hey,
Nice.
that's a nat 20.
A large number.
That's a very big number.
This
You have no idea.
This specific colorization isn't super familiar to you, but you have read in books that certain areas subject to intense magic of any form can actually cause crystallization of different structures and can warp the entire area around it. So you know that crystallizing of the structures, the slowing down of everything means that something in this area or the entire area itself has been subject to intense magic. Very powerful, very intense.
They probably have insurance.
Geico.
So I still kind of have the voices in my head, so I'm like just leading and tracking along this area, right?
Yeah, so you're still kind of being pulled towards the center. You're not being forced towards the center in any way, but the book is being like, you could go toward, that's where the next part of this would
That's
be.
where the memory is, and that's kind of what I want to key into so we can see what happened.
Okie dokie. So, as you're walking along the street, you notice a house to your left, a specific house to your left that you're hearing rummaging coming from. You hear a little, like, kind of like from the other house. And Varis, because Varis is there, Varis kind of looks at you guys and is like, there's, you guys hear those noises in that house?
What do you think's in that house?
Possibly survivors like me. We have to check.
Kiva's like tuned out. She's kind of here to solve the mystery. She's not here on a rescue mission. Like
Gotcha.
she'll help out if she has to, but she's kind of tuned
Are
out.
there windows on the house?
No. They're all not boarded up.
Okay, there.
But there's curtains drawn, kind of. Yeah, there's no way to look into the house.
I look at Varys and I'm like, you go first.
I feel like no. I will go first.
Okay.
Those other things tried to
what if-
grab us, and
Thank you so much.
Trap. What if he's in on it?
I swear it's not a trap.
if it's a trap, then if they try and grab me, I can shrug them off, and then you take care of him.
And I like I look at him with like, I'm not necessarily an intimidation check, but I give him a stare and I'm just like, you hear that?
Yeah, no, that's fine. If I'm leading you into a trap, definitely, sure. It's not a trap, I swear.
Oh, Mega's gonna like touch Kiva's arm and be like, can't try and get her attention and be like,
She's gonna turn to you and just like acknowledge you and cast guidance on you. Just like as you're leaving, she'll kind of just like turn around, give you a little poke. You'll kind of feel this like warm glow on your shoulder from where she poked you. So guidance will allow you to add a D4 to an ability check of your choice. So just one ability check, you can add that D4.
excellent. Okay.
And preferably, before Mega goes, I would like to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Sure.
Okay, so now my AC is 14.
Nice. You have on. Okay.
I got
was like, oh,
beat
I'm
up
getting
last
mage
time.
armor too? No.
Everybody's got
Okay.
major.
So Mega's gonna make his way towards the door, trying to like, quietly make his way towards the door here.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
You can add a D4 if you want.
No. If anything jumps out at me, I want to be able to like grapple it.
And I'm gonna be like lined up with him, so like if something does jump out, I can do something.
Run away.
Gotcha.
Yes.
The rummaging continues, and it doesn't seem to have changed as you go to the door, or as you're at the door. Do you want to just kind of
Okay.
like push it open to look in, or are you just going to kind of barge in at this point?
So it occurs to me that I'm still holding Spaguglio's Great Club.
Yep.
So
Just like throw it on the ground.
he's looking at both weapons.
Yeah.
He's gonna like put it down off to the side, and let's see. So, trying to think if Mega would know. Is there something I would like somebody to do? But I'm trying to think if Mega would know that they're able to do it.
Tell me what you would
'Cause I'm-
like someone to do, and I can like we might be able to roll for it, or like what? What are you thinking?
I would like someone to, if they have it, to cast thaumaturgy to see if they can make the door burst open.
Yeah, no.
Does anyone actually
I
even
don't
have
have
them?
that. I have minor illusion.
Okay.
I could
So
make
if no one
I
has
could make a.
thaumaturgy, then this
No.
that makes it an easy choice. Okay. Mega's gonna kick the door open.
Okay. Do an athletics check for me.
We went from pretending to smash in the door to just fuck it, we'll smash in the door.
We're done.
Actually smashing the door.
Yeah.
Look, you gotta commit. You gotta commit. Put your foot where your door is.
Mouth. Yeah.
Nice. So you smash open the door, and you see two of those same creatures kind of rummaging through the back here. I'm actually going to give you a extra round because you smashed in the door so forcefully you kind of surprised them. So you get a round to start everything off as you like throw the door in. And we are going into combat. So everyone's going to roll initiative. You get an extra round specifically.
So just so you know, we can't see the things
What thing?
that you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
I can.
Oh, yeah, you're
Oh.
yeah, Mega can't because he
Am
sees
I-
through the door.
okay.
You can't
Okay,
actually
so
see
I'm
it
just-
because the yeah.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
All right. So what I'm gonna do then is Ow. I'm gonna kick the door open and run in. I'm gonna yell as I'm running in. I'm gonna yell, "More of those ghouls in here!"
Okay,
And then I'm gonna run up and try and whack this guy with my mace.
go for it.
Right.
Which one are you two? That does not hit.
Critical fail.
It's not good.
So you kind of as you're shouting and you're kind of running in with your mace, you kind of as you're turning your head to shout and as you turn back, you kind of misjudge where the creature is and you kind of go right past it with your mace. It kind of dodges out of the way. And now, top of the round, Kiva. Your turn.
Didn't Mega still roll higher than me on initiative?
Make a roll the
Oh, no,
6
that's
on
the
initiative.
ability
That was
check.
his yeah.
Yeah,
He got a
yeah.
surprise round. Yeah.
He got a surprise because he kicked in that door good.
Keep that door in good. All right, that's the entrance to the house, correct?
Correct.
Cool. We're not going in there because that's not Kiva's jam. She's just not feeling it today. She doesn't want to engage with weirdos. She's not. Never mind. I won't say that.
No, it's fine. It's not actually Acolyte. That's Varis. But his name doesn't update. on the
Alice, are you
tracker.
still around?
Yep. What's up?
All right. We're just gonna cast a quick guidance on Crealis too. She'll kind of hear that there's a kerfuffle going on, and she'll just kind of like because you're like flying right now. You're not like like as you kind of dive close by, she just kind of like brushes her finger against one of your tail feathers. And you kind of see this little like starlight glow, and you feel a nice tingly feeling inside of you, and you get that D4 on any ability check.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
And
Okay.
and then if this is the house, she's just gonna start moving away from it and
Sure.
just kind of going around it.
Sure. You should have your movement for.
Okay.
Yeah.
20, 25.
Cool. Next
And
up.
that is that.
Cool. Next up is the guy in front of Mega, who's going to try and make a grapple against him, because that's what they do. Okay. So roll athletics for me. Ooh. And he's going to succeed.
Wow.
So he's going to go in for a grapple, and he's going to do, as his claws kind of As he kind of goes in for a grapple on both of your arms, his claws dig into you a little bit. He's going to do 2 points of piercing damage.
You could add that D4 if you wanted to.
You could. I'll allow it. Do you want it, or do you want to just take the grapple?
No, I'll take the grapple.
Okay.
I'll use the D4 to break away.
Nice. Gotcha.
That's probably a smart choice.
Okay. So, next is Varis's turn. Varis is going to follow Kiva very closely because he is very afraid of what's happening in that house.
She has a bubble. She has a personal bubble.
She has a bubble.
Pretty
Okay.
big.
What's here? What's there? Probably a little bit close, but I don't think Varis quite understands the large, but he's going to fall a little bit behind.
Fair enough.
Next is Spaguglio.
Spaguglio is going to take the dash action and run into the door.
That's right.
Through the door?
Yeah.
Why? How do I
Do you have upper left-hand corner, do you have basic controls selected?
Basic controls.
And then you should be able to just click and drag.
Okay. I also have the ruler selected. I don't know how to unselect
But
the
you don't want to
ruler.
select the ruler. So you want to select the select
upper right
tokens.
corner.
Yeah, they're both
Yeah, the little
selected
dot.
right now.
Do you have control held down?
Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Okay.
So that brings me to here.
Yeah.
And I can't do anything else because I took a dash action.
Nice. Okay. So next is going to be this guy right here. Seeing you enter, he's going to run up to you and do a grapple. As he kind of does the same thing that the other guys did when they ran. They kind of had this almost inhuman speed as they're like crawling and running at you kind of savagely. Doing athletics for me. Oh God, okay. Didn't even need that. And he's gonna deal 5 points of piercing damage as he kind of like grabs into you the same way that he did before, kind of looking into your eyes with this face of just pain.
Dang it. Okay.
Next is Mega, who was grappled.
Okay. Right. But I can still attack while I'm grappled.
Correct.
Yes.
So I'm going to hold on 1 second. Do I have a rage left?
I think you only used one, so you should have a rage, yeah.
All right. I'm going to rage.
Okay.
Which I should have done last turn, but I didn't. And then I'm going to attack the guy that's grappled onto Mega.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. That'll hit.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. For 6 bludgeoning damage. As it's kind of like digging into you, get a hand a little bit free enough to whack him on the side. He's not looking super phased, but he looks like he's in a little bit of pain.
Okay.
Next, that'll be your turn.
Yeah, because I have 0 movement.
That's true. Grapple. Crealis, you're up.
Crealis looks between Kiva, just sort of nonchalantly wandering away. What's going on inside? And flutters a little closer to. Yeah. Nope. 5, 10, 15. Flutters a little closer to Kiva and says, but we need to come back this way, right? We should make sure there's a safe way back.
We were perfectly safe until they opened the door.
But now we're not. And she flutters off. down this way.
Okay.
And which way is this one facing?
Which one?
The one I selected. The one
Um,
grappling Mega.
It's facing towards Mega, so it's kind of towards
Okay.
the wall-ish.
So, can I get a surprise attack on it?
If
Oh,
you
facing toward Mega. Oh, sorry. Now I see where Mega is. Never mind.
Yeah.
Cool. But still within 5 feet of an.
You can definitely use sneak attack on it because it's 5 feet of Mega.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, because if there's some restriction on like if the ally. No, the ally's not unconscious, so.
Right. No, he's very conscious still.
He's
Hopefully.
very conscious, super conscious.
He's conscious and mad.
Yeah, he's not happy.
Good combination. Where did I see? Okay, so oh, there we go. Attack. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Nice.
That is higher.
10.
10.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's surprisingly lower than average. 10 damage on that
Okay.
critter.
On that critter.
Hey, it's only a critter if you crit.
Oh,
So-
oh no, then you are the critter.
That's true. You shoot your bow down at it and kind of sinks into its shoulder, and it's now looking rather hurt as it kind of like slumps into Mega a little bit, using his grappled target as a way of holding it up.
You raise me up.
Okay, so top of the round. From
Oh,
the
it's
back.
Top of the round already?
From the back. Another one of these lovely gentlemen appears, who seems
it
to have
doesn't.
been following you as it kind of, you hear a rustle as it almost trips, and it seems to have been like following you a distance, but then you kind of hear it trip, and you, Kiva, you like look over, even though in your stupor, I imagine you can see the like, you can hear the little crackling, and he tripped pretty hard. He rolled pretty low on his stealth roll. So he goes at the top of the round. And he's going to go right here and make a grapple, as they want to do.
All right. So athletics check from me.
Yes.
All right. I am a beefy girl, so we'll see how this goes.
No one's rolling well in athletics.
It didn't go so good this time. I should have cast guidance on myself.
I mean, that in this case, it wouldn't matter. He rolled not a nat 20, but a 20.
Oh, jeez.
So he's going to, as he grapples into you, he's going to do 5 points of piercing damage as his claws kind
Ooh.
of dig into you. He grabs hold. And now it's your turn.
Yeah, I may be a beefcake, but I still am kind of squished when it comes to hit points. So that was not my favorite thing in the whole world. Let's see. Okay, I don't think the Druidcraft is going to help me much. To get out of the grapple, is that going to be my full action?
Yeah, bringing free of a grapple is an action.
Feel like you didn't bring Shillelagh.
I don't have Shillelagh.
That's what I mean.
Because I don't need Shillelagh because I am Beefcake.
I'm sorry, Mega. Varis had Thaumaturgy. I forgot I gave him Thaumaturgy.
He wouldn't help us anyway. He's kind of a dick.
No, that.
Oh wait, I think I'm still in my wild shape.
I believe you are. There wasn't a lot of time that passed.
Yeah, I think I was in my dragon form too.
You were 100%.
Sounds about
I
right.
saw the recap. You were in dragon form.
You
I
were.
was okay.
It was
Oh,
right.
then I could have done better on that wisdom saving throw. Okay, so that's not gonna help me. I thought that was gonna help me, and that doesn't help me. I just look pretty right now.
Nice.
I guess we're gonna, because if I'm grappled, I can't make I would have to make an unarmed strike. I wouldn't be able to like reach out and grab my weapon, right?
I mean, I would say you can reach out and grab. I can say you can grab your weapon. You don't have to
You
make
think
an
I can
unarmed
grab
strike.
my weapon?
Yeah.
All
Pretty
right.
sure don it. Yeah, you could don
Yeah,
a weapon
you
and
should-
well grappled.
All right. Cool. Then we'll pull out my Yikowa.
Another
What
silly
is
word.
that thing? It's not a silly word.
It's a cool word.
It's a cool word. Let me see. Is this how it works? I don't know if I've rolled for this yet. Okay,
It should.
there we go.
That hits?
That's how it is. That's how we do it.
Nice.
I got 21. I'm assuming that hits.
That does.
So,
That definitely hits. Oh, nice.
we're gonna give him a little shank.
As he comes up and
old-
grapples you, you pull out the old Yiklewa and you just go at him. He is looking kind of hurt.
He does
Kind of
not
slumps over a
happy.
little bit. Not the happiest.
Not
creature.
happy at all.
Where Spaguglio dies, everybody eyes over here.
No, this is actually the one that Mega's up against next.
Oh, good. Okay, no. Okay, cool. I have a chance.
Okay, so as it goes in for an attack, it frees up one of its arms on the grapple, and you actually see the entirety of the creature slow. This is the first time you've ever seen it actually attack, other than grapple, and it slows down almost as the attack, as if it's like trying to. You feel like it's going to hit with even more force than you would normally think, as if originally this creature was extremely fast, and then it almost like slows down as it's going in for a punch right into the gut. And that's going to be this. That is... That'll be a 19. And then that's going to deal... for 10 points of bludgeoning damage as it just punches you right into the gut as it kind of slows down. What?
Is that already halved?
No, it's not already halved. So that'd be 5 points total for you.
Okay.
So it kind of comes around and then just, and you, even with your like resistance, you do feel like a bigger punch than you would expect from just a normal punch. Yeah.
Wow. These guys hit hard.
Yes, they do. Next is Varis's turn. Varis is going to cast Sacred Flame on that guy. So
He's helping. He's helping. Okay.
that is a dexterity
He better
saving
be helping.
throw.
Gonna roll to see how much street rep he gets for Spaguglio.
He is going to fail the dexterity saving throw, so it's going to deal damage.
Beautiful.
See how much damage. Sacred Flame a D8. It's a D8, and you can't have benefit from cover for saving throws. Doesn't really matter. He deals 2 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
Good old Varis.
It's something.
It still looks kind of hurt, but it's definitely not really hurt yet. It is kind of hurt. Its state didn't change very much as the flame kind of descends upon it and it singes its shoulder a little bit. Spaguglio, you are grappled and it is your
Yes.
turn.
Well, Spaguglio knows he's not the most athletic, so he's not gonna try to break the grapple, but he will booming blade that dude with a dagger.
Nice.
But the booming blade part probably won't do anything because he probably won't move because he's a jerk.
Because he's a jerk.
A day.
Dagger. Okay. Attack roll. Normal. That's probably
That'll
gonna
hit.
hit.
Nah, it doesn't. That hits.
Oh, damn.
That 100% hits.
Damage. Roll a 5. And
Nice.
so, yeah.
And if it moves, it takes a D8, right? The booming blade.
Yes. Correct.
Okay, it is it's looking lightly damaged as your dagger kind of gets wreathed in thunder, and you go in for a stab, and you kind of go across its ribcage a little bit and leave a bit of a gash, and you see like thunderous energy around the creature as it dissipates from your dagger into the creature.
Love it.
And now it's its turn. And it is going to do the same thing the one did to Mega. It's going to release one of its hands and go for like a really big punch right into your gut. That is a 16. Which I believe hits. 16. Spoolio?
Oh yeah, 14. Sorry. Yeah, I have a 14 AC.
Okie doke. For 10 points of bludgeoning damage, as it just like right into your gut. You just feel this huge force kind of get imparted on.
How much? Sorry.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I'm down.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's a lot of points.
That won't be
Yep.
an issue for long.
Yeah,
Should
I mean,
have
it should be.
something to.
Okay.
I think I have
Take it back
I mean,
up.
that's a
I
little
don't know
ominous.
if I'll want
That's an
to.
I
issue
think
for
I have
long.
something.
I have
Okay.
a band-aid with your name on it.
Baguglio falls on his face.
As it kind of punches you in the gut, you actually kind of fall backwards, not onto your face. You fall onto your back,
The back of my face.
the back of your face, exactly. Okay, so next is Mega.
All right. Hammer in time.
It's hammering time.
All right. I'm gonna use what's it called here? Wrong tab. I'm gonna do a reckless attack,
Okay,
so I get advantage, and but it would get advantage on its next turn.
gotcha. It is looking rather hurt, so.
Yep.
Yeah. You know that.
I know that.
That hits.
Okay.
So you go in for your attack, kind of empowered by seeing the death of your friend. Well, not the death. He's not dead yet. No, the unconsciousness
sure?
of your friend. Are we sure? No one
Yes.
knows.
I am not yet dead.
You kind of smash in its skull and it falls over dead.
Nice.
Good job, Mega.
Oh.
Good job.
Now that it's dead, can I'm presumably not grappling me anymore. Can I
Correct.
move after I attack?
Yes. So you move
So, like,
there.
since Baguglio is little, can I like step over him?
I think
He's also
gnomes,
laying.
gnomes are small, so yeah, I think you're good.
He's
I-
also laying on the
Nice.
ground.
I'm going to say you're on top of him, but I'm going to move Spaguglio back one so you can actually see each other's frames. So you're there,
Sure.
kind of standing over him. But yeah.
My guardian angel.
Oh dear.
Next is Creal.
So, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You know what death is?
Oh goodness, does Mega like fill the door?
Yes. But you could see past him if that's what you're asking, but you would have to do an acrobatics check to actually
Yeah,
get in
kinda.
through the door.
And come down there and that creature's right there. How high are the ceilings in this building?
The door's probably like 6-7 feet. The ceilings can be up to like, the ceilings go kind of high.
Okay.
It's like 15 feet.
Okay. Oh,
Sounds reasonable.
I'm gonna try to squeeze past. I have no idea what's going on behind me. This is gonna be fine. You're fine. This is fine.
Give me an acrobatics check to get through the doorway.
Okay, acrobatics. through the doorway with guidance is a 22.
You get through the doorway. You just squeeze right past Mega, so you can just move through the rest of your movement as much as you want.
3, 4. I'm gonna go there and quickly pull out the sword.
Okay.
Um,
Moon touch sword. That hits.
and deal 11 damage.
Jeez.
And then I'm going to use a bonus action to disengage
Sure.
and kind of flutter up and back.
Sure. That works. As you kind of go past Mega and go towards the creature, you stab it right in the side, and it kind of slumps over up against the walls, looking rather hurt. And you just definitely make your way
Nope,
past
nope,
it without any nope, and then to fly up a little bit out of range. Okay, next is top of the round. Not the doppelganger, but the creature up top, going in for its punch on Kiva.
Come at me, bro. I dare you.
That's only a 10.
That shouldn't hit, but let me double check because that would be embarrassing. Yeah, that doesn't hit. I got 12.
Nice. So it kind of goes in and goes for the punch, but you kind of wiggle your way out of the way of it, and it just goes right past you.
Awesome.
As you see the fist about to connect with your gut, and you see it go past, you actually see it like speed up as it would hit your gut. And it just goes right past it. Next is your turn.
Perfect. I got my weapon in hand. We're gonna stab a bitch. Let's go. Dun-dun-dun. Crit.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, let's do some damage. Critical hit. Ooh, not bad.
So you go in for your attack, you just kind of eviscerate it a little bit, and it just falls over dead. Eviscerate it a little bit. You eviscerate it. I don't know if you can eviscerate a little bit. It just falls over dead on the ground.
Perfect. So I done killed it. And it
done
seems like
killed
everybody else has everything under control. So since it is now dead, I'm
Does
assuming I could just hey, I'm clear back here.
Okay.
If there's a problem, someone would say something, right?
Right.
Wow.
If
So-
I get hit,
Completely
that
ignoring what Crealis said.
If,
So you can take
I
your
get
movement to
hit
go.
once, that's 2 failed saving throws.
That's
Oh
fine.
my goodness. You're not gonna get hit. You'll be fine. I'll bring you back. It's okay.
Walk it off.
What's a death or two?
Hey, I'm
amongst
saving my
friends.
first level spell slots just in case. You should be lucky to be considered for a first level spell slot. Did I move far enough? I'm trying to just see how far I moved.
Should be, I think, 1 square back because you have the 5
yeah,
feet.
1 square
Yeah,
back.
5 feet less.
Yep. And yeah, she's just gonna move me on over there.
Okay. Next is Varis's turn. And being a spellcaster and a friend, he's going to use Cure Wounds on Spagooglia.
God damn it.
I was gonna use it if he got brought back to where I'm at.
Okay.
I can't not like him after this.
For 8 points of health.
Whew.
They have to try not to.
Okay.
And you are now conscious. You're kind of prone still because you're inside of Mega's
Yeah.
space, so you're not really able to get up. You actually
Okay.
you fell unconscious, and when you woke back up, there was a giant half-orc just kind of standing over you.
Okay. That's okay. I have ideas.
Okay. Now it is Spagoglio's turn.
Okay, so it's Spaguglio's turn. Now I'm under Mega,
Correct.
but Can I still stab him with my dagger if I don't move?
Melee attacks when prone have disadvantage? Or
Yes.
yeah. So you can attack him with disadvantage, yeah.
I'm gonna do that because I don't want to
Sure.
mess what he's got going on. Okay. How about 9?
Does not hit. You kind of trying to maneuver through his legs, and you almost nick Mega by accident, and but you miss both of them at the same time. Kind of like
Whew.
try and stab through, and the creature dodges out of the way, and you almost hit Mega, but you're good. So next is its turn, unless you want to do anything else, Spaguglio.
No, I think yeah, I used my action. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Oh, I do have I answered my own question. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's gonna go for a grapple on Mega, as it kind of goes in, as it sees this orc over this gnome as its new prey. It goes in for the grapple with its claws again. Do an athletics for me.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this one.
Your guidance.
Guidance, yeah.
Not a bar.
Inspiration part. Druidic bard.
Okay, and I'm raging. which
Yes, you have
also
advantage.
Gives me advantage.
Guys.
Nice.
Okay, it rolled less than that, so it goes for the grapple, and as it's trying to dig its claws into you, you actually just kind of shrug it right off and shove its arms to the side, and it slumps back against the door in its very weakened state. Okay, Mega, it is your turn.
Excellent. So, question: is there any sort of like residual magic effect or sparking or anything like that that would indicate that it got booming bladed before?
How is it next turn, Rufus, or no? Or should we-
Oh, booming blade. I think it has to be willing movement.
It does have to be willing movement. That is right.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I can't like shove it and have the booming blade go off?
Sadly, no.
Oh,
Willingly moves 5 feet or more.
The same thing with like opportunity attacks. If you shove someone out of someone's square, they don't get an opportunity attack against them.
Yep.
all right. I'm gonna use my reckless attack again.
Nice. That hits. 24 does hit.
That was a combined attack damage roll, right? Heat 24, 24 damage, right?
Okay.
Oh, 25, even better.
Just like the last one.
Sorry, I
in-
forgot. I forgot to add my rage bonus to that damage. So,
So you get an extra, what,
it'll
2?
be 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in your rage, going for this reckless attack against it and just smash the skull into the next one, and it just falls over dead. Guys are now out of combat.
Guglio kind of rolls out of Mega's legs, gets up. Oh, what happened? Did I get him?
Yeah, buddy, you got him.
Do it.
Mega will reach down, pick Spaguglio up by in front of his shirt, put him on his feet, and like kind of, brush the dust off of him and stuff.
Do I know that Varis specifically healed me?
I mean,
You're
I'm
a-
not around.
But
So-
I mean, I might be able to extrapolate it, but like, is it like a sure thing that I definitely know that that's what happened?
You wouldn't have known for sure. You don't know who cured wounds you
Okay.
when you're unconscious.
Or the barbarian.
So I look at Varis and I'm like, see, that's how it's done.
I mean, sure. Okay. Okay. Whatever you say, sir.
In a weird confusion, I'm kind of like, what did you do with Kiva?
Um,
Where is she? Did you leave her alone?
She just kept walking that way.
That's probably not good.
You were unconscious for part of that? I
no,
helped you.
I was just resting my eyes.
you were very much unconscious. I know that for sure. I helped you up.
Well, I appreciate what you I respect. No, I thanks. But
You're welcome.
we should probably go further into this house.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's see if there's any more anything.
Crealis is like while they're having this whole exchange, wants to see if there's anyone else here before Sfaguglio finds anyone.
There
That is a
seems to
smart
be
move.
no one, at least in the main room, and you don't hear anything from either side rooms at this point.
Okay. Okay. She'll flutter back. I don't think there's anyone else in here.
There is a chest in the corner, though, by the bellows. That is actually a thing.
Yeah. So there's a chest in the corner. Yeah. Yeah. No, she that's still what she does.
No, that's fine. Well,
Guglio. Oh, go ahead, Mega. You go first. This might not be
I
good.
was gonna say, Mega's gonna pop his potion of healing that he has.
sure.
So I'm gonna walk a tiny bit closer in so I can. I'm looking for like a. I'll walk in a little. That table is what I'm looking for. Unless we're already in combat with something, I'm looking for that table.
Okay. No, you're good.
I'm gonna walk up to
you
the
can
table.
go right to the table, yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to the table. I'm gonna take out my crowbar and I'm gonna smash the table and make a loud bang.
Okay. Nothing happens. You kind of take your crowbar, you smash the table. Really loud bang kind of resonates. Do an athletics check for me. I want to see what happens to the table.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
The crowbar
14.
rebounds.
14.
14? You actually take a small chunk out of the table. Just a traditional
was-
wooden table, nothing crazy.
It's mostly going for the noise. Was there a loud bang?
You don't hear any noise from either side rooms or anything after you make the noise. You don't hear any like
Yeah.
scurrying or anything around.
But I managed to do a loud bang.
You did.
Okay,
You did.
good. Okay.
And there's also a small
I-
chunk of the table missing.
I look around and I'm like, okay, that would have scared any baby. So there's no survivors in here.
Varys just kind of like walked in and heard that and looks a little bit horrified at what you just said, but is like, I guess there are no survivors. Probably, I had hoped, but apparently I'm the only one alive here. Maybe not.
So
There is more to the town, but probably.
what's going on the right over there? It's like I can see all the stuff over here. What is it? What's going
So
on?
that's supposed to be like a cooking fire, but all I had was a bellows. It's a cooking thing.
Okay.
It's not actually a bellows.
And
And a chest.
did anybody go through the chest yet?
No.
I'm gonna walk over to the
As they're
mimic.
doing Mega's gonna lean out of the door to see where Kiva is.
Yeah.
And he's presuming he can see her kind of wandering away. He's gonna like whistle at her to try and get her attention.
She's gonna turn around and say, "Are you quite done?"
And then Mega will yell back, "Yeah, we need just a couple minutes. Can you come in here, please?"
She's gonna like take the biggest sigh, just and
Thank God Mega asked.
so slowly walk back. So slowly, like inching forward. She's not gonna make it there by the time you guys are done. She's
Slowly
like-
stepping like one step
Sauntering.
every like minute.
Yeah. She's not really getting any closer, but she's not really moving any further away.
Yep.
Well,
Big.
that's a win in my book.
It's something.
Detect magic, the chest.
The chest itself does not seem magical. Do you do sense magic within it?
Is it locked?
It is not. It actually
is
seems
not.
slightly ajar.
Seems slightly ajar. And Baguglio, even though he's gonna like use his crowbar to flip the lid.
Okay. So you flip open the lid and you see one healing potion,
Okay.
50 or 40 gold pieces,
Okay.
and a horn type object. That seems to be what's emanating the magic.
Okay. Do you add that stuff to my sheet, or do I?
You can add it to your sheet from D&D Beyond. It should be there. You should be able to see the stuff. The gold is
Okay,
just
so-
added, and like I think there's like a gold tab.
And do I add it in D&D Beyond, or do I add it in Foundry?
You'd add it in D&D Beyond. I would add everything in D&D Beyond because then I just import your characters every week with all of the different stuff. And if like you get gold and then we do like a shopping trip, I would just import your character then, or just let you have the extra gold that you wouldn't see in Foundry.
How many gold was it?
14.
Sorry. 40? 40?
40.
Okay, I'm going to split that later, but I'm going to hold it for now.
Sure you are.
And I'm going to grab the healing potion again for now.
Okay.
And the horn type object. I did use detect magic. What type of magic did I detect? What school?
It's always the most difficult question.
Yeah.
Conjuration.
It's not conjuration.
Enchantment.
It's sure, we'll call it an enchantment. It's
Necromancy.
an enchanted object.
Straight up necromancy.
Okay. I am
You know,
gonna.
sometimes you got to put someone in the ground. Sometimes you got to take them out.
Necromancy.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay.
Roll a will.
You can
save.
do an Arcana. You can do an Arcana check to see what it actually is if you'd like. Nothing happens when you pick it up. Nothing bad.
I don't know what it is. It's okay. 4.
Oh, it's magical. You did
Okay.
get that from Detect Magic, but that's about it.
Babuglio gives it a sniff, and he's like, "This is magic." So what do I put on my inventory for this horn thing?
Since Mega kind of wandered over there and he hears yeah, that's magical. And like, do you know what it is?
Yeah, it's clearly the magical horn that you use before you go into battle. It's a war cry horn. You know what a war cry horn is?
You can just put
Uh,
under miscellaneous horn-like object for now.
Okay.
It's
Other
actually a
possessions?
tooth.
Horn-like object. So while I'm saying this to Mega, I'm like, it's a war horn, but I don't try to blow in it because I have no idea what it is. It's like you blow it before you go into battle, and it like amps everybody up and makes them feel supercharged. You know what supercharged is?
I do.
Yeah, like that.
We should probably show it to Eva.
Maybe.
Cross my mind.
mean,
How many?
you-
You
Clear,
go first.
clearly, you know what it is, but we should show it to her to test her to see if she knows what it is.
I bet you'll put it in her mouth. I bet we can get her to put it in her mouth.
Amazing.
Who Silver says you can't.
Oh. Make it 4.
Oh my god.
Take a big,
Hey, Eva!
big grin. He'll just nod. Mhm.
Kiva's like still super slowly, just like looking at the ground, just like perturbed at the world.
I'm just gonna keep
Kicking
walking. You tell me
rocks
if I need to stop.
Meanwhile, Crealis heads to Mega, having seen him use his potion. Say, "Here, I don't need this," and she'll hand him her the one that she had.
All right. Oh, are you sure, Crealis?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
As Paguglio is like approaching me, do you have like the horn in your hand?
I do not. It's in my
Okay.
bag.
All right. Then she's just gonna like look
Yeah.
at you, and like as soon as you get like reasonably close, she'll just turn around and start walking away again.
Hey, wait.
Yes.
You need to show Mega how this war horn works. He doesn't believe me because you're more druidy, so you probably touched a couple horns in your day. You just blow on this war horn and show him how it works.
Googlio breaking out into like giggles here. Is this in character?
maybe a
No.
maybe a tiny bit. As he realizes what he's saying, he's just like, but for real though, can you?
I like the fact that you bring out a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
After realizing what he said and why it's funny, he's just like, can you blow on this war horn?
She like looks down at it. She's not gonna touch it yet, but I am gonna do an Arcana check on it.
Please do.
And
God, if this is a
actually, you
war
know
horn.
what? I'm gonna take a couple. I'm just gonna pause for a minute, cast guidance on myself, and then
Nice.
use that guidance on this Arcana check because I smell shit of brewing. And it's
I just really hope I'm right. Spaguglio's gonna be the know-it-allest dude ever if he's right.
Plus 1d4.
You know what it is because you passed a basic Arcana check. It is
Shut up.
an ear horn of hearing.
Ear
It
horn of hearing.
restores
Oh, God,
hearing
I'm
to
so
deafened
close.
creatures.
So close.
Ah!
Will she blow in it? Just to
I don't think she
So I know what it is, and so you have it like out in your hand, right?
now I do, yeah.
Okay. She's gonna pick it up and like turn it once, turn it twice, and say, I don't think I'm gonna blow it, but thank you for giving this to me. And she's gonna pocket it and turn around and start walking away.
So he walks he walks back over to Mega. She said she's gonna blow it later. She doesn't.
roll-
She thinks it could be too scary to do right now. It might bring on some bad people.
First, Mega, roll a perception check because you are probably close enough to hear it. Hear the conversation. Okay. You didn't
no.
catch all of it. Now, Spaguglio, roll a deception check for me.
Yes, he does. That was a 23.
Oh
Mega,
no.
you fully believe what Spaguglio said.
Now that doesn't mean he has to give me the money yet, because
Right, but you
that
fully
just-
believe it.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm glad she'll do it, but you got till the end of the day.
Yeah, of course. And then Spaguglio is like, okay, so like in that chest in there, besides the very clearly warhorn-like object, there was some money that you know what? You guys can split it with me.
Okay.
She got the horn, we get the money. And he'll give so there was 40. Doesn't split evenly into 3. He'll give you each 12.
I wonder what
There
number
was
it
gold
does
each.
split evenly into.
You got the horn.
There
Oh,
was
that's fine. Hey,
there was
for the
30
record-
gold in that chest.
for the record, that thing is never going in Kiva's mouth. If she knows that that's a thing for ears, no.
Mm, waxy.
Mm.
Spaguglio's just
Well,
really
yeah.
into alternate methods. So he gives you each 12 gold,
Oh goodness. Oh,
keeping
I
26 for himself.
Crealis kind of looks at it and is, but this is someone's money.
Yeah, it's yours.
Mm.
You ain't a nobody, Crealis.
From the start.
Nobody's walking that way. This is the big leagues, kid. You take what you can get.
As
Mega's gonna look back in the house and be like, shouldn't we check the other rooms just to make sure there's no survivors in there? I mean,
Other
this one
rooms?
he'll point at the what's his name? The
Varis?
acolyte,
Yeah.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
Jeffy, something like that.
Varis.
Harris, that was
Yeah.
close enough. He'll point at him, Jeffy here.
Jeffy.
He was hiding in the back room, so we should probably check.
There might be someone back there. That's definitely possible.
Are these doors?
They are doors.
Oh shit! Yeah, we should do that.
Oh, did you just think it was walls? That's my. You, in true anticlimactic fashion, you open up both doors and there seems to be no one there. There's no one. Yeah.
Well, there's barrels in here though, or what appear to be barrels.
You find a piece of. Do you want to search? Sorry. Do you want to search the barrels?
Yeah, I want to search the barrels.
Do an investigation check for me.
Give me a 5.
You find a moldy piece of bread.
Great.
Yummy.
delicious.
Yeah.
All right.
Old
Yeah, I'm gonna-
prestidigitation, clear that right up.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Crealis. I'm gonna be like, hey, I don't know. Wait, maybe I don't know. Do I think that's insulting or not? That it's moldy? I would definitely give her bread, but would I give her moldy bread?
That's so mean.
I don't know, Spagooglio. Would you?
Oh no.
I don't think I would give her moldy bread. I don't think I'm that. I don't think I give anybody moldy food.
Yeah, I don't feel like you're mean, but you're not mean to Crealis though.
I feel like I walk out and I'm like, you think this looks good?
Like it wouldn't be intentional. It wouldn't be I don't think it would be intentional. But
This
like
is
it,
true.
it could happen.
Yeah.
He would definitely give you bread because you're a bird, but he wouldn't intentionally give you moldy bread. So he's like, does this look good? I don't think this looks good. And he just kind of throws it and just kind of watches this.
Oh dear.
Well,
A little bit of
Anything of
oh.
interest in the other room?
no, the chest is fully open and it is empty, and it is just a
Damn.
traditional bedroom. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
As the group starts to move away, I'm imagining Varis is kind of hanging behind everyone as
As he does.
usual.
Yeah.
And on one of Crealis's loops, kind of around the group, she'll hop sort of down and next to him and say, "Here," and just put the 12 gold into his hand.
Thank you very much.
So cute.
Thank you.
Better
Wow,
hope
that means
Spagooglio
a lot.
never finds it.
You kind of.
Did you know who lived in that house?
I hadn't been here for that long. I was just trying to help the relief effort of the very first attack. I don't know exactly who lived in that house. I was hoping there would be some survivors other than me, but still kind of trying to wrap my head around the fact that I'm the only one probably alive in this entire city, from this city, or who was visiting at the time. And he kind of like withdraws in himself a little bit and puts the gold kind of on his side and starts to like stare off into the distance a little bit.
She tries to like kind of keep pace back with him as we continue.
Okie dokie. Okay. As everyone makes your way through town, but as the book is also kind of pulling you. What first?
All right, Mega's gonna say, hold on one second. Hold on one second. He's gonna run back. He's gonna grab Spagooglio's great club from next to the door.
Gotcha. Now you have it back.
Then run back to the group. Ooh, that would have been bad.
Almost forgot it. Okay. So as you are walking the book is kind of pulling you what seems to be closer and closer to the center of town, which you had seen from the hill, kind of like a weird whitish glow coming from the very center of town. I need everyone to make a wisdom save as you make your way towards the center.
Cool. I'm just double
Fine.
checking.
10.
What did you say?
10.
Oh God.
Spaguglio has 5
Oh,
feet
I
of
don't get
movement.
advantage on this. I just.
Whew. 16.
Okay, so you two succeed.
19.
Mega and Crealis succeed.
Okay.
It's Spaguglio!
Minus another 5 feet of movement.
How much do I lose?
Another 5 feet. You're at 10 feet of movement now. Kiva
this is
also is another
beautiful.
minus 5 feet. As the two of you, specifically Spaguglio, feels like he can barely move. Like, everyone feels it a little bit. Actually, Crealis, when you're off the ground, you still kind of feel the pull, but you're not close enough to it to, like, really feel the effects. It looks like everyone just has very heavy feet, because nothing is actually happening to your eyes when you're kind of far away. It's not until you get closer that you kind of feel the pull. You're watching these three people just, like, on normal terrain, pick up their feet a lot and move really slowly.
How's Varis faring?
Varys succeeded on that. Varys seems fine, actually. He's a little bit shook up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I feel like at some point, the two of us, Varis and Crealis, sort of like start to catch up and then start to pass the group, and it's like, wait a second.
Yeah, you both kind of almost catch up and pass the group a little bit, and then as you look back, as he kind of looks back and you look back, I'm like, what?
Is everyone feeling okay?
Do I know that this is like a magical effect? I can.
No, because you're under its effect, you can't quite tell that it's magical. You just, as far as you can tell, the ground seems to be like extra sticky, spongy almost.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like say to everyone, we have to keep moving forward, all right? No more pit stops. We don't need to get ourselves into any more trouble than we've already gotten into.
Wait a minute. Varys, he can walk really. Yeah. He's trying to put it together. He's like, you don't feel that?
I don't know what you're talking about. Feel what? He almost
The
is.
ground.
Crealis kind of
Like-
frowns. You say ground. She kind of like lands back on the ground and hops a bit and says, oh, "Is there something wrong with the ground?"
Because you feel it
Very
as you kind of go
quickly,
to the
like,
ground, you do feel a little
lift
bit of
back
that.
up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what you're saying. You actually, Crealis, you kind of notice that Varys twitches just a little bit. Has a small little twitch now. It's your passive perception. I think that we should start heading closer to town center and see if we can find anyone else.
Town center, huh?
Yes.
Maybe I should fly ahead and make sure we're not wasting our time.
Sure.
don't stir
No,
stir anything up while you're on your way.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't
I'll be
know.
careful.
Just make sure to stay up high. They hopefully can't get you.
Yeah, so Crealis kind of circles once, gets higher, and then, considering that I can dash as an action, like I can go really, really speedy if I need to. I'm gonna
Yeah.
fly
Just-
speed of 50 and just book it, kind of like quickly scan, bird's eye view,
Okay.
and
So as you are
pending
flying,
results.
do a
return.
perception check for me.
Guidance is long gone. That's 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
At this point, yeah, it's been more than a minute.
And I thought you already used it on
Oh, is it
your
one?
acrobatics
Yeah.
check. Yeah, it's
Okay,
just the
okay.
one.
Yeah, cool. Perception.
But if you wanted to, I could totally have just brushed your tail feather on your way out.
Yeah, sure, why
It is a
not?
cantrip.
Sure.
Cantrip.
Sure.
We'll do it. We'll
Take
do
it.
it.
Take
Yeah, I
it.
feel like
Be
I'll
the guide.
allow it.
Let me guide you.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
27.
Hey,
So
it's a starry glow. It's nice.
So as you're flying, you see the very center of the city or the town. All of the houses. Actually, everyone can move over to this map if you all head over to Town Square. Only
Hey,
Crealis is seeing this, but essentially you're all. I'll just explain it to Crealis.
We started here, didn't we?
Town Square?
that was
No,
a
you
different
started
one.
in
Right.
Hartirim. I
Right.
don't know why I made the name impossible to pronounce.
Hair trim, heart rim.
Hartirim thing and stuff.
Haircut. It's haircut.
Haircut.
It's spelt Raymond Luxury Ashed, but it's pronounced Throat Warbler Mangrove.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, as you are flying over, you see the center of the town with, it seems, a slightly different, almost deeper hue of bluish purple. And in the very center is this white, glowing, almost portal-like not figure, but structure in the center. The town, all the houses and everything do look very crystallized around this structure, and it looks like it's slightly more frequent, the pieces that are breaking off. And with a 27 perception, you do actually notice from the light of the portal, near the top tree that you see above it, a very little glint of a certain object. You don't know what the object is, but there's a metal object there that has a little bit of a shine to it.
Okay. Do I see any like creatures, anything living or moving?
There seems to be nothing
Any
around
bodies?
the portal at the moment, or
Okay.
just in general. You actually can't even hear anything around the portal either. Like everything seems to be staying away from it.
Okay. Crealis is going to sort of kind of go behind, like still off the ground, like just hovering, floating past this house, behind this tree, and then is going to just sort of try to
Fly near it a little bit.
silently hover near that. Yeah.
Okay. As you hover near it, you just feel like a very out of place, almost nauseating feeling emanating from this portal. Like just something isn't right. It shouldn't exist. Even with your very limited knowledge of magic, you can still tell just this is something that shouldn't be here. It's almost making you nauseated, and you get this very sickened feeling from it. Nothing seems to be happening around it other than this feeling at the moment.
Without even really looking at what it is, because I know Kiva's looking for something, but without really looking at what it is, just Crealis is gonna like zip in, snag whatever is glinting down there with a foot, a little talon, and just zip back to the group as quickly as she can.
Okay, you pick up a throwing knife.
Are we within scream shot? Like, could she have been yelling at us, or like, how far away are we from this?
She like fumed so hard.
You're still quite a ways from. No, not quite a ways.
You know,
Crowd's probably had to
feet in
fly a couple hundred.
in like 10 seconds.
Well, like, could somebody yell that far? Theoretically, like, if something went bad, could she yell to us and us hear it, or is she just completely on her own?
One way to find out.
If something went bad, then yeah, there's only one way to find out.
Does
yeah,
anything happen?
No, nothing happens. Nothing happens to you.
Yeah, you die.
Yeah, well,
You're dead.
been a good run.
No.
Been a good run.
Oh no.
The sword of bird repellent.
The
Breaks
throwing knife
again.
of bird repellent. No. Okay, so you can make your way back to the group just fine.
Yes.
And so you
Yeah,
return.
I come back to the group. Alarm in her eyes. We that we shouldn't go there.
Um,
have
I
to go
turn
there.
to Varis with glaring eyes.
so Varys at this point, you notice that his speech is stuttering and he seems to be twitching a little more frequently. It's like but we need to search the town for survivors though.
Can
I didn't
I-
see anyone, but I found this, and I kind of flutter over to Kiva with the dagger.
The throwing knife. That
Throwing knife.
is what the book is currently pulling you towards. That's the throwing knife that you saw. That's a couple sessions back. I don't know if you remembered. The throwing knife is what your memory kind of attached to when it was in the Shadow's hand. That is exactly what the book is looking for and has pulled you towards.
Okay.
Nothing
Brielle,
happened.
you like drop it in my hand.
Yeah. Once you have your hand out, this was near. There's a really not a. There's a portal in the middle of. There's a no. How would would I've recognized it as a portal? Probably not. I
You
feel
want an
like.
Arcana check for me? Just out of curiosity
Yeah,
to know
oh,
what
sure.
you might know the basics of portals.
Yeah.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Yeah.
You don't.
Portal
It's
basics.
a
There's-
nauseating
there's-
white circle.
There's some really sick magic in the center of town, and we shouldn't go there. We need to go.
A Varys check.
I'd
I'd like to make a Varis check.
I
you
want to
trying
know
to
if this
see
guy's.
whether-
I'm
do an
trying to
insight
find
check,
out if he's
sure.
the. I think he's a doppelganger. I really think he's a. Even
Becoming
Super
one.
Googly at this point thinks he's
For
like some
sure.
kind of monster. I don't know what
For
kind of check it is. I think he's a monster.
You can do an insight check.
He's getting there. He's getting there. Look, he's aspiring to monsterhood.
13.
Monster in training.
He seems like a normal dude that seems to be having some issues at the moment. He's telling the truth through everything he's been saying so far, but something weird's happening with him. You don't know if it's
Yeah.
by his own accord or whether that is a force acting on him.
What
we should tie him up.
what happens when the knife lands in my hand?
So nothing happens immediately. You do feel the urge to which you don't have to do right now, but you feel the urge to open the book with your knife in your hand to kind of essentially like attaching a memory to another memory, following a string.
Right. Since like she kind of feels that that's like the next step, and like there is some like weird shit going down, she's just gonna kind of with the knife and the book in hand, like look at everybody and say, "We're going to take a good like 10 minutes and rest."
Varys looks very alarmed and is like, but we need to go.
They've lasted this long, they'll last another 10
How do
minutes.
you know that?
I'm
So
doing
while
an
this is
insight check on
happening-
him myself since he's
Sure.
being a weirdo.
Sure.
While you're rolling your dice, we've been like kind of like making eye, like he's been like
Eyesies.
we've been nodding back and forth, and Mega has his hand on his mace right now.
You know the same as Baguglio. He has been telling the truth. Something weird is happening. You do not know if it is whether from his accord or from an outside force.
Either way, that's all that Kiva says is, if they've lasted this long, they'll last another 10 minutes. We're going to stay right here. I have some work I have to do. She's gonna like find a tree and like sit herself down and get to work.
So hot take, maybe we tie him up. let's reinvent an old idea here.
He looks very alarmed, and
Fair.
starts
Are you
kind
feeling
of.
okay?
I feel fine. Don't worry. We need to go towards the center of town. I don't know why we're taking breaks.
Can you move
gonna
each
walk up to
finger
Varys.
individually?
He has a hard time doing each one individually. He definitely has a twitch to it, but he kind of can. It's like in a fashion where he's trying to move it, but then like two or three of them move together and like, yeah.
I'm gonna get very close to him,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna like kind of signal, and hopefully Mega knows that I want him to pull me up to eye level, and I want to stare deep
Nice.
into his eyes. If Mega would understand like a gesture like that,
yeah.
because it's
Absolutely.
not planned.
Okay.
Yep.
You stare deep into his eyes. His slightly twitching eyes.
Do they look human
Um,
or elven or whatever he is? Does
They
it look
do.
like an eye I would expect to see?
let's do a investigation check. This is rather close. You're investigating his
so-
eyes.
Whoa, what's my bonus?
How
I rolled an
romantic.
18 and my bonus is
Yeah.
investigation +1. So I got a 19.
They do look elvish.
Okay.
They're about to rock out.
Well, he's holding me. I just look at him and I say, "We've been pretty nice to you so far."
And I appreciate that very much.
What aren't you telling us?
Roll an intimidation check.
Okay, so I crit.
Hell yes.
He kind of looks at you scared, and I think how Varis would say this. I the only thing I could think that I might have possibly left out is those, because you never asked, were those creatures that were attacking you were once the townspeople. And he kind of twitches a little bit more. They weren't those creatures until that thing happened in the center of town, which means we need to stop it so it can't turn anyone else into those creatures.
Know about the thing in the center of town that nobody else knows about?
The thing in the center of town?
That you just
The rift?
spoke
Yeah.
about?
Yeah?
That nobody else in this party knows about, and you just got here like a day ago, and you were in that house and you had no idea what was going on. And now you know about the thing in the middle of town that's turning people goopy?
That's what I assume. Is that it's the thing in the center of town?
Was there anything about that that looked like, oh, this is something physical that I can like interact with, like tangible, I should say?
Yeah, I mean, you had a really good perception check. So you saw that there was something that seems to be its source near the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
That it seems to be emanating from.
Well,
So it does seem stoppable. From
I mean,
source.
debatable.
Right. So
It has a source. It's not
I
just.
say,
Correct.
I say,
I did see something at that was like in the middle of it. That was just sort of the this energy was coming from, but I don't know if we can stop it. It's
say we throw him in and let him deal with it. He knows what it is, clearly.
I don't know what it is exactly. I
Rather
know
novel.
of it.
floof.
I wouldn't throw me. I don't know what would happen if you threw me into it.
Look, this guy's been giving me the heebie-jeebies ever since we found him in that cupboard or whatever.
Whatever cover.
I'm not
Oh.
saying that we murder him. I'm just saying he knows more. He knew about this already.
So while this is going down,
We could, yeah. We'll say this takes roughly 10 minutes or however long. It doesn't take 10 minutes for you to do this.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be 10 minutes, but like I'm taking my good sweet time.
Sure.
with
So we can
this
go over to
telling
this
everybody,
and pause the
please.
Varis for a little bit.
just letting everyone know I'm taking my good sweet time.
So when you open the book, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Come on. Oh no.
Damn it. Okay.
That one.
So like
Trophy on the book.
The same as you're opening the book with the knife in hand, is kind of turning the page. The same exact thing that happened the first time. You just kept on turning the book, and it seems like nothing is happening. Like the pages just seem infinite, and you feel like once again you're being like pulled by the book, and at the very, very last second you pull back out. But again, it feels like even a little bit more of your soul has been imparted on this book. And then you go into a trance, something similar to the last time. This time, you kind of once again, in front of you are 13 figures that you can't quite make out the specifics of each one, but you do notice the dwarf all the way to your left that you saw in the first one. But instead of being next to you, they're actually kind of all lined up as if you are addressing them. You kind of move your hands up and you can see before you talk that you are from the exact same perspective. And he kind of looks over and moves his hand out to every one of them. That was a complete and utter disaster. What do you think you were doing 1, 2, and 3 as he points towards the first 3? That I can't even fathom. Do you not understand the drill? Do you not understand what we've been doing for months, maybe even years at this point? You are all disappointment to me. Go off and, well, 3, go off and do what you want. 1 and 2, I need to speak to you in private. The rest of you, you know what has to be done. And the scene you noticed in the background, what you would expect. Actually, first do a history check for me.
Okay. Okay, so because this history check is an intelligence check, in my starry dragon form, I do get that. If I get lower than a 9, then it bumps up to a 10.
Gotcha.
Just putting that out there just in case. Okay.
You actually in the background you notice something. So you know enough about ogres to know that they live in kind of like an ogre mound area, kind of like in like a cave-ish settlement. And you actually see in the background a very distinctive, what looks like an ogre mound. It is partially on fire, similar to like you had before, as if the scene that you're seeing is after something, like after a small battle or something. Then I need you to I would make a wisdom check. It's not really a save, it's just a wisdom check.
Check? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that number.
Okay. So you feel like the book is almost kind of trying to say this is the end of the memory, but you actually hold on for just a little bit longer. And you get to the point where he pulls 1 and 2 aside and is like, I just, 1, I need you to help me out with something and try and redeem yourself. 2, just go off and do whatever. Don't do anything stupid, but just whatever. 1, follow me and we'll deal with something we have to do with Olenara. And then the memory ends. And you back to yourself.
It wasn't as helpful as I wanted it to be.
Once again, there was he kind of in frustration in the memory, I forgot to say this, kind of threw a wand off to the side, and you know the exact location of that wand and that exact location of that ogre mound, even though you've never been there before.
Okay. They're not here. It's not this town, right?
Correct.
Okay. This is kind of like just a trail.
Yes,
kind of
you're able to put together that like the first memory you saw was the latest, and you're almost kind of backtracking memories. Yeah, because in the first one they were talking about 2 being like going rogue or whatever, and this is 1 and him were yeah, and this is like how that happened.
This is the prequel.
Going in reverse. It's the memories of what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. So I
The
know
book
that
of-
like something bad happened, and it was because they like disobeyed an order, and so they went and they caused like chaos,
Correct.
and that was here in this town. Okay, good to know. So like after I come out of my trance, I'll like close the book, put it away, pocket the dagger, and stand up and tell everyone, uh, well, it seems like you're all, very keen on looking for survivors. However, I have everything I need.
What? We're not looking for survivors. You missed like a whole story arc.
You did miss part of what
I-
was happening yet,
I
because this is
have,
where
I
you-
have,
I was in a
I've-
trance. My eyes are glazed over.
I have two really good ideas. The first one is we throw the book into what Crealis saw.
We are not throwing the book anywhere.
Okay, cool. Then you're on board for the second one. We throw Varis in.
There's is very, very frightened at this point, and is like, no, don't, please, just help. Just,
If we
please
are
don't throw
intent on
me in.
If we are intent on investigating this, then investigate it we shall. However, Varys will be at the back of the party.
Thank you.
No, he won't. I will be behind him.
That's fine as long as you're not throwing me into it.
Yet.
Ever.
Kiva kind of dismisses their little spats about who's getting thrown in where, and says, well, let's investigate it then, and starts heading towards the center of town.
Creolis
Okay.
was very concerned, but oh well.
Damn, I really
It's
thought
not
I could
nearly as
convince her with
concerned
that.
with-
Nah, I don't feel like you convinced Kiva to do much.
Well, I mean, I
Else
figured it
than,
was like, hey, we should throw the book in, knowing she'd never go for that. Be like, great, then you'll love the second plan.
You keep thinking that Kiva's gonna go along with your train of thought, and that's like not how she works.
Yeah.
It was kind of a, if she's gonna hate this so much, she'll do the second one.
No, there's always another option.
Yeah, the book or Varys.
There's a third option.
We're not throwing Crealis in there. Are you kidding?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Rude.
I just said we're not.
Okay.
I said we're not.
Sure. So,
Can Mega, as we start, if we start moving, can Mega tell that Spaguglio is quite a bit slower than normal?
yes.
I mean, he's gonna fall behind pretty quick. So,
Yeah, if you're all moving at your normal pace,
Mega will-
Julio is having a really hard time right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right now I'm at
so-
20, so I'm like slow, but I'm still like
Yeah.
faster than some
At
people.
20 is slow.
yeah.
Literally double the
Oh.
speed of Spaguglio.
Mega will go back to Spaguglio and be like, "Need help, buddy?"
Yes, but we're staying behind him. We're not letting him run off and do silly shit.
All right. So he'll think about that for a second. Kind of nod to himself, and he will, with one arm, he will grab the back of like Spaguglio's backpack and like kind of just like hoist him up and drape him over one shoulder.
Nice.
And then if Varys is within arm's reach, he's gonna reach out and grab Varys and like hoist him up and and throw him over the other shoulder and then just march with both of them
You'd
after
love to
Kiva.
see it.
That's close
Varys
enough.
Yeah, I mean, Varys doesn't really resist. Varys is fine. He's yeah. He just wants to get to the center of town. You are noticing while he's on your shoulder that you can feel more. You actually can feel the twitching at this point that's happening. You're not just seeing it because you're carrying him.
Okay.
He's like twitching around. Okay, so your order is going to be something more
He's gonna
similar.
like bounce him on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey, stop squirming up there."
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
Okay, so as you get towards the center of town, make another. No more wisdom saves.
Beautiful.
No more of those.
I'm gonna shout out to the people in the front. I'm like, we should make him go first.
No, it's actually no more wisdom saves. Sorry, that was a joke.
Oh,
That was a
okay.
joke wisdom save.
We should make him go first.
I don't want Spagulio to have 5 feet of movement.
He
No
wants.
one's
He's the
going
one who.
first.
He wants to investigate it. Let him go.
Okay. As you are approaching the center of town, you are noticing that Varis' speech and twitching does seem to be more pronounced. His speech actually has become a rather severe stutter.
Speaking of pronouncing,
Can I do a medicine check on this dude?
Sure. Something's not right with Varys. It's not something's happening with his body. That is just not right. That should not be happening.
Will you let me do an Arcana check on top of that medicine check?
Sure. You have a
Okay.
little more time before you'd round the corner.
That's a crit, everybody. That's another crit.
Nice.
Something very badly magical is happening, and like with that, you're kind of
Realizing I was
Did you hear?
right.
So you didn't hear him say that the people here were turned.
I was in a
Did not.
trance.
Okay. You know something is very wrongly magical happening to him right now. That is all. That is what you know. That he's extremely magical. Something very bad magical is happening to him right now, and he does not seem to notice it by what he was saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna like turn around, kind of just like hearing his speech, I kind of like tuned into it and I'm like, what's going on? And then I turn around and I look at him and I tell Mega, drop him right now. We need, he cannot be here.
At this
So,
point,
like,
you're all where
like-
you are.
bring him the other direction or kill him.
He is prone on the ground, and from the portal, you hear some very terrifying screams, which I don't actually have loaded up, but think to yourself, terrifying screams coming from the portal.
Varys scared.
Varys is very frightened. He just got dropped on the ground, doesn't actually know what's happening, and is extremely frightened. From the portal, which you can just barely make out of the center of it come 2 creatures. They are not actually ghouls, but that's what they look like.
Do they look like the things we saw before?
They look very different.
wait.
They look
So
very different. Okay.
so they look pretty cool.
Ha ha! They do.
Oh, dude.
Okay, so the creature that you see come through is a truly terrifying sight. Its eyes pupilless and dead. Half of its jaw is missing, its tongue hanging out, its ribcage torn asunder. It looks like 2 kind of smaller hands coming out of its ribcage. Where its arms are, they're arched back and kind of come around it, and there's 2 spikes coming out of the palms of its hands. And it makes this just terrifying screech as it kind of like looks around as it comes out. At this time, the rolling around Varis, his speech incredibly starts to stutter. It actually speeds up and slows down at incredible speeds, and you actually see him in front of your eyes. You see him transform. He lets out a wail of agony as you see his face transform into that face that you've seen so many times in this town of just terrifying, and he transforms into one of those creatures that you saw. Not the one from the portal, but from the other
Yeah.
one.
God, I knew it. Spaguglio knew it. You guys all doubted him.
He is
I was
prone.
in trance would have done something about it earlier, but I was busy.
He is
Okay.
prone, and everyone roll initiative. Let me add you all to the
Okay.
tracker.
I'm assuming I got dropped or like put down nicely.
Oh, you could still be.
Nicely.
Uh,
When Kiva said to drop the one guy, I would have like had to kind of put you down to shrug him off.
Okay, so I'm standing on the opposite side, and I rolled really good somehow.
let's make that all a thing. You did, and you're going first.
Shit. Okay.
Once again, it says ghoul and doppelganger, but they are not
Oh
actually
shit!
ghouls
I only
and
have
doppelganger.
15 feet of movement.
You have-
5.
You have 10 feet of
10.
movement.
Okay, I move here,
10 whole feet.
and I grab my dagger, and I'm going to attack him with a booming blade as well.
Do it.
Okay. Inventory, dagger. And this would be with advantage.
It is prone.
Correct? 'Cause he's
Correct.
prone? Okay. Advantage. 12.
Does not hit.
Bless
You are
you.
kind of shaken up by everything you've seen, and you go to like stab the creature that is before you on the ground. In its like writhing, it kind of dodges out of the way of the dagger. You couldn't quite get a good enough beat on it, and it dodges out of the way of your dagger. Next is creature number. Oh, begin combat. No, creature number 1. Let me get its stat sheet up really quick so that I know what it can do as far as movement goes.
It can't move it. It's got 0 movement. I don't
That's
know why
not
it
how
takes
that
me
works,
that.
Rufus.
It's stuck to the ground. It has 0 movement.
Okay. Yeah,
I tried, guys.
It was a good try.
I appreciate it.
Okay, wait a minute. It's going to... So it's going to move
run
in the
marathons?
direction of you. About 25 feet. But it's almost like it's wandering. Like it doesn't quite understand where it is or what's happening at the moment. It looks almost scary as hell, but a bit confused.
Okay.
And next is the other one. It's going to do roughly the same thing. Moving towards the sounds it hears, but not like specifically focused on you. Like it's dazed and confused. Crealis, you also notice that one of them has this one up top. I'm going to call... Which one are you? The one up top. So Ghoul 15 has a faint whitish glow similar to the portal around it. The other one does not have it.
Okay.
And now it's your turn.
Crealis is going to look around very anxiously, and she's going to whisper to Kiva, I'm going to see if that thing is at the bottom of the town center, and is going to duck around. 15. I kind of go around and try to keep out of sight and stay hidden, and from like up in the tree look again to see if that thing that she saw at the base of the portal is still there.
Okay. You're gonna bonus action hide.
Yeah, bonus action hide.
So do a stealth check for me.
Huh?
Ah, yes. 27.
So they don't seem to have noticed you. Kind of make your way around, and then do a perception as your action. You see that the thing is still there.
Okay.
And you kind of almost see the very faintest line between that slightly outlined creature and the very thing in the center. It's barely visible.
Okay. Oh boy. Cool. That's my turn.
Okie dokie.
That's my action to scope that out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mega.
Cool.
It's all you.
All right. Regretfully, if I've seen what these critters can do. So
These critters.
gonna whack Varis, the thing formerly known as Varis, with my mace.
Okay.
Yeah.
The artist formerly known as Varis.
I was about to say the same thing.
And I'm going to recklessly attack.
Are you raging? Did you rage first? Oh,
I
no, you
don't
can reckless
have any
attack anyway.
rage
That's right. You
left.
can still reckless attack anyway.
Can what?
You can still reckless attack out of rage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That hits.
Mess him up.
He's prone, so you didn't need to actually reckless attack. You had advantage anyway, so don't worry about reckless attacking.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of slam down your mace on the creature that was Varis. You kind of hit him in the ribcage a little bit, and he's looking. He lets out a little oof as he's kind of rolling around. Still
The
looking
ribs and says,
okay.
"Oof, what a
Oof.
what a man."
Oof. Kiva. Your
Is
turn.
it my turn already?
It is.
Oh my lord. Okay, so these things that are approaching us don't seem to have seen us, correct?
It's not that they haven't seen you; it's that they're walking towards your direction, but they're confused.
Okay,
They haven't
but
seen Crealis.
Do they look
No one's
like
seen
they're
Crealis.
ready to just like attack?
You can't quite tell. You have to do a check for that if you want to know if they were actually going to just go for you. They do seem to be wandering in your direction, confused. You can't quite tell if they're looking to attack or not. They let out a very terrible scream as well when they exited the portal.
I know it's probably not going to happen, but I'm going to I'm going to yell over to Mega and Spaguglio and just say, let's try to avoid these guys. Hide when you can. And I'm going to do the hide action myself after moving. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. In this bush and or tree situation,
Sure.
right over yonder.
I
We'll
would
say
push
you
for
kind
that.
of went behind the tree a little bit, and roll
Yeah,
for stealth.
right over here, and stealth. I'm maybe not the sneakiest of beings, but
Oh,
that's pretty
good
good.
roll.
That's pretty good.
So you hide. And that.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Cool. Next is Varis creature thingamabob.
The artist formerly known as Varis.
He's going to get up and he is going to grapple Spaguglio, because that is the person that trusted him the least in life, and the little bits he remembered. Not happy with it.
Oh
It's just
yeah.
a hug.
Wow.
It's just a hug. He's just hugging you.
Yeah.
This is also
Can you roll
it out.
higher
Hug
than
it
a?
out.
Can you roll higher than a 3?
I did.
I did decide when I hit. I did decide to turn off my starry form.
Oh, okay, so that you're more well hidden.
Yes.
You're not like emitting light. Yeah.
It also probably ended a while ago. So I'm no longer starry and beautiful.
No longer starry. Okay, so that is 4 points of piercing damage as it gets its claws around you and digs into you a little bit.
Okay, I don't feel too good.
No, that was half of
Yeah,
what he healed you for.
That was that was.
He giveth and he taketh away.
That was good.
He's about to give it back.
Spaguglio, it's your turn. Thanks.
Okay. I'm grappled. I guess I'm just going to
Hug
attempt
back.
to what? Hug back? I'm gonna hug him with my teeth. I'm gonna use my dagger. A booming blade with a dagger.
Nice.
Yep. Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
So you, after getting grappled, you try and stab him with your dagger. The second time with the booming blade, your dagger gets wreathed in thunderous energy, and it just goes right past him as he kind of wiggles out to the side. Next is the one below, who is going to
Oh,
hearing
right
this.
before my turn ends, I want to
right, you
say
have-
something
Okay,
because
Go for it.
I know Kiva's somewhere. Even if I don't
disappeared.
know where she's hiding, I'm just gonna say, use the horn.
use the fork. Okay.
Lord.
At
Even if you
this
use it properly, at this
point-
point he doesn't care.
it's going to make its way directly towards you guys, and they do seem to now be intent on inflicting harm. Okay, so he can actually get to Mega. He's going to go for an attack on Mega. As this creature approaches you, it's going to do
Ooh,
claw attack against you.
do I still have mage armor?
How long
Because
does it last
it's not
for?
8 hours.
It's not
yeah.
concentration, but I was unconscious.
Oh, your spells
What
that
if-
you cast are gone when you go unconscious. I'm pretty sure you
Even if
can't
it's-
keep spells up through being unconscious.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Even if it's
yeah.
not concentration.
I'm pretty
you can
sure
check
that
that.
anything that's concentration is broken if you get
This
if you
this
get harmed.
doesn't have concentration though.
Hang on. I'm gonna see if I can find something.
Yeah, see if you can check it.
Nope. Apparently,
Mage armor lasts.
mage armor does not drop.
Nice. You
Cool.
still have mage armor.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Okay, so he is going to make an attack with one of its claws. And it's like smaller arms that are kind of coming out of the torn asunder rib cage, has like claws on it, and he's going to kind of make an attack with it. That is a 20 total.
Yep.
And it's going to be for 3 slashing damage. I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh shit.
As it kind of goes for claws and like looks directly into your eyes, you kind of feel it kind of look into its eyes and feel it, and as you look into it you get more and more scared, and you are now frightened from this creature. As you peer deeply into its eyes, these voices kind of start going off in your head, and you become very frightened of this creature.
Frightened is bad.
Frightened is bad.
It's not good.
I have. There's definitely a token for frightened somewhere.
Has Mega ever been scared? This might be a new
This might be the
feeling
first
for him.
time.
And
Okay.
it scares him.
This will, however, get you to run away.
It's true.
And if you break your fear, you might be able to hide afterwards.
That is possible.
I don't think it forces the running away. It just means you can't move closer.
Yeah, actually, I think
Yeah.
I think you have disadvantage against the thing that's frightened.
Disadvantage attacking while they're in your sight.
Yeah.
I always get confused with frightened and fear. They're so similar.
Yeah, fear. Yeah, fear.
Fear is you have to move away.
Right.
that's
and there are
like
certain
a-
spells
an
that
added
make
effect.
that. Yeah. Okay, those are the turns of those guys. Crealis, it is your turn.
Okay, so gonna kind of look, and then zip. Is it here or here?
It's where you are right now.
There,
It was the
okay.
fort. Yeah.
So, Crealis.
Oh, oh no.
I need you to make a wisdom save.
Can I carry over
I
the one I
know.
made earlier?
Can you carry over the what?
I made one
The
earlier.
one from
when we-
earlier? No, you can't.
There you go.
It
22.
doesn't matter. You as you're kind of going into the bubble more, you you have a feeling like it's trying to push you out of it, and you kind of fight through it. That wasn't your
Get
action
through
you
it
can
really
do.
good.
You still have your full turn.
Okay. I'm going to take out the moon sword.
Okay.
So I don't know the rules on attacking objects. Like, do I?
You do an
do I-
attack roll, and then
Is it just an attack roll? There's no advantage. It's just
Which
make
is
the roll.
just a normal attack, yeah.
Okay, and I know I'm sure I don't get like sneak attack on it.
No.
13 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah,
You I sneak up on this object here.
No, I'm there.
Right.
There's no line. Is that a hit?
Yep, that hits.
6 damage, and I want to gauge what happens before I decide what to do next.
Okay, so as you attack the focus, we'll call it, you attack it and it kind of chips away a little bit of it, and you do see the portal kind of weaken and waver a little bit.
All right.
It's still going pretty strong, but you do notice a little bit of a waver to it.
Then I'm going to also attack with
That hits.
the dagger, and it's just 1d4, so I'm going to just roll it separately.
Sure.
1 more damage.
Nice. Still looking like the portal still looks strong, but you are noticing as you're hitting it is like waving. It's wavering.
Oh, that's my full turn.
Okie dokie. Mega, you are afraid, I believe.
It's fine.
Oh, that means you have disadvantage. You don't have to run away because of the frightened, but you have disadvantage as long as you can see the creature on your attack rolls.
close your eyes.
That would also give you disadvantage on the attack roll.
But now he's not scared.
If I close my eyes, it'll disappear.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
You are going to take an attack of opportunity if you go there.
Okay. Let's see. I guess I will. I guess I will attack it back at disadvantage.
Okay. Make a roll.
Sorry. So you're right. Mega is not used to like being afraid of things.
Yeah,
so
you'd be
he's
very
not
different.
sure. Yeah, not sure what to do. You know,
I could see Mega attacking something that is giving him the new. If you're trying to think of
Yeah.
whether he would run or attack, I think Mega. I feel like Mega would like rise to the challenge and be like, "Yes, this thing scares me, but I need to also beat the crap out of it." I could see
I
that.
don't like it.
Yeah, like crying. I don't like this. Then going for an attack. I could see that. That does hit.
Oh shit! Mega can hit a disadvantage. Spaguglio
Nice.
can't hit with advantage. I see.
I mean, you know,
Not my fault.
par for the course of
That's
that.
a struggle.
So even in its frightened state, you gotta take your mace and while kind of leaning back a little bit, you still smash it right across its arm. You hear a little click, and it's already it's looking hurt. Not really hurt, but hurt. That's right. I have the HP actually correct for these guys. Okie dokie. Next is Kiva.
Yeah, next is Kiva, isn't it? Ooh.
But Mega, while it's in your face and Spulio too, you do notice the same glow. You don't notice what Crealis noticed as far as the trail going back to the focus, but you do notice the same glow around that specific one that you're attacking. Just a
Okay.
faint white glow.
If I cast a spell while hiding, does that
Does it have
ruin-
does it have a verbal component to it?
It does.
Then it would ruin your high. I don't think you need a specific feat to cast.
It's a meta magic option for sorcerer.
Right.
Oh, okay. For spells from.
Yeah.
If it was just like hand motions, it'd be fine. But yeah, if it's verbal, you'd be.
Okay, yeah,
Out
but
of
it's just somatic.
Yeah.
But I can tell. Okay. Because that was my first question, the most important question. Oh, we'll go ahead and do that. So I am actually going to move 20 feet. Oh, come on. Work. 15, 20. All right. I'm going to move first, and I do want to try and move stealthily if possible.
You're already hiding, so I don't think you need to make another hide roll or another stealth roll.
Like, I'm not trying to hide once I get there, but I am trying to get there, like, sneakily. Like, I don't want to get the attention of the creatures, is all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to, like, sneak.
Okay. They didn't know you were there in the first place, so they wouldn't have known. Or, yeah, they don't seem to turn around when you move.
Okay.
They're pretty focused on the noise that's happening from
Cool.
those two lovely people up there.
Ooh, so, all right. So that was my movement. As my bonus action, this is a bonus action thing, yes. As a bonus action, I'm going to use my other wild shape
Okay.
to cast my starry form, my archer starry form.
Nice.
And so I can make as a bonus action on your turns, you can make a ranged spell attack, hurling a luminous arrow that targets one creature within 60 feet of you. And it deals radiant damage. So my bonus action was to turn that form on.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... And then I think I'm gonna, even though it's a bonus action, I can still use that as an action, right? I can turn my starry form on.
Technically, no.
Technically,
you
no?
get one action and one bonus action, and they don't technically overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
technically
4th
you
edition
get
thing.
one or the other, yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's my bonus action. Can I? So I can't fire. Yeah, I can't fire an arrow because then that's my bonus action to fire the arrow.
Cast a real spell.
I can cast a real spell, and I am in range to cast a real spell. I forgot the druid could do that. That you can cast a spell and use your wild shape. Mine's just a weird wild shape.
It is a strange
I
shape.
am going to cast Fairy Fire. And so that is a 20-foot cube.
Make sure to also hit our allies.
Everyone gets very
This
fired.
is one of those that maybe we shouldn't.
What's that circle?
You can definitely get the two. Yeah, those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Without-
getting the two. We're getting the two.
Yeah.
So Fairy Fire, first of all, they make a dex save to just see if they're outlined in light.
They don't look very dexterous, so this should be good.
And it's a fail from the one up top and a fail from the one down bottom.
Cool. So they're glowing now. They shed a dim light in a 10-foot radius. You can see them pretty good. Any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it. So you can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible. So you guys can hit those things with advantage now.
So Mega gets normal attacks.
Yeah. And that is that. That is my turn.
Okie dokie.
I did it.
Varis is up. Varis is going to go for his punch on Suulio. That is his attack. That is a 16.
Damn it.
Okay.
No.
4.
Damn it.
Where are we? 6 bludgeoning damage.
I'm down again.
He kind of goes in and just punches you on your back. You fall unconscious. Oh, Spagooglia.
Oh,
Okay,
cool. And I get to do a death save now.
that's his turn. You could do a death save.
Oh, no.
Roll me a death save, Spagooglia.
Okay. Okay, the death. Normal.
You succeed.
I pass.
That's one
Woo.
success.
Yay!
Yay.
I'm not dead yet. I have potentially 3 more rolls for that.
Okay. So, being outlined, this is going to kind of make a beeline, having had Fairy Fire cast on it, to Kiva. Turn around. He's going to make the same claw attack against you. So,
Okay.
that is a 12.
12 hits.
Okay. So, I need you to make a wisdom save.
These wisdom saves.
This is the
Mm.
session of wisdom save.
Gee,
Okay.
Damn it.
So, you take
I'm
6.
good at this, I swear. I'm a druid.
You take
This is fine.
This is fine. You take 6 slashing damage, and
Oh, hold on.
are you down? No.
No. Are you doing any more damage?
No, that's it.
Just the 6.
Yeah.
I also
Okay.
don't know if you're allowed to know that before making the decision.
But it's true.
I have a reaction. And so I just needed to know if there was any more damage being done.
Okay.
And
And
I can
you
cut that damage if I want.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take it this time.
you have the same effect that happened to Mega. As it kind of rakes its claw across you, it's also looking deeply into your eyes, and you are frightened
Romantic.
as the voices
No.
just start to get louder and louder in your head. Different voices than what the book. You do notice they're different than the
My
book's
brain's
voices.
getting a little cluttered with all these voices.
Right.
How do we have a duration on the frightened?
Mega hasn't gone yet.
Okay.
Again, since no, he did go once. It didn't break then.
Okay.
And then
Forever.
we have the ghoul that's next to Mega. He's gonna make an attack against Mega. That is only a 11. As it instead of doing the claws, it kind of goes with its spike that's coming out of its hand to kind of try and pierce you with it, and you just kind of dodge out of the way at the last second. Okay. Crealis. It's all you.
Well, I'm just gonna keep hacking away at this. I'm just gonna
Sure.
keep hacking. I can just scroll up, right? Yeah. Okay. 11 to hit,
That'll hit.
and I'm gonna do the dagger at the same time and just roll all the damage together, if that's all
Sure.
right.
Yeah.
9 to hit.
9 does not hit.
Okay. So that means Jeez.
Okay.
5 more damage.
So you go in for your first attack with your sword, and you kind of see it chip away a little bit more. When your dagger hits it, there isn't quite enough force behind it, and it doesn't seem to make enough of an impact to deal anything. It is starting to waver a little bit more. You're definitely doing something. You notice that something's happening.
This is not pointless.
Mega?
Crealis
Dang
does
it.
not shift her focus for fear of like losing whatever hold she has on being in this zone.
Yeah. Mega, the fear goes away. There's still some voices in the back of your mind, but you seem to no longer be afraid of this creature. Almost like the fear is cleared up, but you still hear little things, kind of whispers in the back of your mind.
They're saying things like, "How was your day?"
Something about making something whole.
All right, Mega is going. Now he's pissed off,
Yeah, now he's pissed.
so he's not going to change his tactics. He's going to reckless attack again.
You already have advantage from Fairy Fire, so you don't need to Reckless.
Double advantage.
Doesn't work.
Right. So he'll just
We'll say he's
attack,
recklessly attacking without the negative effects,
right.
so that he's
Yep, so
angrily
attack.
attacking. Yeah,
Attack
That
with
hits.
advantage.
nice. It is
Cool letter.
looking in a lot of pain as you kind of slam back into the same, like you slam right back into the same arm. You actually kind of you hear it crack again, and it kind of slumps over to that side a little bit, and it's looking
Yum.
rather hurt. Yum.
Mm,
Okay.
that
Should have
crunch.
aimed for the head.
Kiva, it's your
Okay.
turn. You are frightened.
I am frightened.
Fairy fire is still on it, or was it when it moves out of the cube?
Let me take a
Concentration. So
look.
you might need
So
to make a con save.
Oh, that's right. You did take damage.
Ooh.
Wait, you'd have to do a con save for me.
DC 10 for that one.
Yeah, because it's definitely not enough damage to be over that.
Okay. Oh, that's the wrong one. 1 sec. Con save. Okay.
You're good.
Stop
Does it have-
concentration on that. But I think okay, each object within that 20-foot cube is outlined. Any creature in the area of the spell and starts glowing. I think once they leave that area,
No, they're still
It-
outlined.
They're still out. Yeah, it looks like they're still outlined.
outlined, but you don't get advantage.
You do.
You do.
You do?
I think
Basically,
it's
you lay
yeah.
down a field. Anything currently in that area that fails a save gets outlined, and
Yeah.
then if anything leaves that area, as long as you're maintaining concentration, the glow persists.
The cube
Okay.
doesn't.
Which is most
It-
objects are stationary and stay there.
Yeah, the cube
For
doesn't
the
stay there and
duration.
exist. The cube is no
Okay.
longer really there. You just cast the spell, it outlines them, and then the cube would be gone. They are still outlined for the whole minute.
And they're also a 10-foot flashlight, so that's
They
cool.
are.
They
It is.
are.
It is midday. It is
They're
purplish
big
midday.
glowing. Okay. All right. If I use my, I can do both. Perfect. I can do both. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Can I see what Crealis is like working on from here?
You can see inside the circle. You can see that Crealis seems to be attacking a thing, a focus of some form.
Okay. I know that's within 60 feet. Can I
That is.
hit it?
Yes, you can, with disadvantage on the attack.
Okay. So
Because you're scared.
do I have stats for this?
Do you might not actually, you have to do a normal, just like roll a d20 and then add it. I don't know if it gives you starry form stuff.
It just says as a bonus action, you can make a ranged. Oh, so it's a spell attack technically.
So you would use your wisdom
Mhm.
with proficiency.
Yeah. So, spell attack would just be wisdom and proficiency. My proficiency bonus is, whoops. Let's see, where? All right, I'm just going to make a check with the proficiency.
Sure.
Oops, +2.
That'll hit.
Okay, cool. And then that does 1d8 + 2. Oh, and then add 2, so it's 8. Sorry,
okay.
I
No, that's fine.
pressed enter before I pressed 2. So that's 8 points of damage to the thing.
So as you shoot your bow, as the arrow kind of enters, you see it dissipate a little bit, but hold its form. It does less damage than you'd expect as it hits the focus. It starts to dissipate, holds its form enough to still hit it, but doesn't quite get its full impact off.
Okay. So yeah, in my starry form, I'm kind of gilded like an archer would be. But instead of taking the time to knock up an arrow, I kind of just like my starry form kind of pulls like an arrow from out of like a starry quiver and just yeets it over there with my hand. So I don't have to
Nice.
like two hands. I just do the one,
One
and
of
then
the yeah.
and then I take my Yicklewa and I go to slash this thing because I can still make an attack. That was just a bonus action. This is cool. All right.
With
I'm
disadvantage.
sorry, I get very excited.
Wait, wouldn't she
or
have
would-
regular
so-
against this because of the fairy
Oh, right,
fire?
no
Yeah, I was
disadvantage.
gonna
You're
say
fine.
the fairy fire, so
You're
it's just
fine.
a straight attack.
Do it.
Dun. Ew.
That does not hit. As you kind of turn back
Okay.
around with your Yicklewa, it just misses him just by a little bit.
That would have been
Spent
really
too
cool,
much
but hey,
time
I
aiming.
tried.
Okay, so Varis' turn. Varis is going to make an attack against Spaguglio and need you to take a death fail. Because Varis is very focused.
Is it 1 or 2?
It's
Because I think
1.
if
An attack is 1. I guess it isn't an automatic hit and it's just a fail.
Yeah,
Something
it's just a
Yeah,
fail.
1 fail.
I thought a crit did 2 or something like that. Though, like
So-
you
Do I
roll
still
it and a crit
roll?
does 2.
You get. Wait, are you getting attacked?
Yeah, you're
I'm getting attacked. I think you roll,
Varis
but
is
it
going for a single
automatically hits,
attack.
but a
So-
crit does 2.
Yeah, so it's you roll with advantage. If
Oh,
you
okay.
hit, it's an automatic crit, and that's 2 fails.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna hit, so that's 2 fails. Wait a minute.
I got 14.
No, that's only a 12. I thought he had more plus.
Cool.
I thought he had more plus. Just barely.
Just barely.
Oh my
You're
god.
lucky.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Spagoolio,
got-
make your roll. Let's see if he had hit, that would have killed you.
Yeah, that would
What'd you get? Did you fail? Or what?
I'm
What'd you get?
about to roll it
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
I don't know if you're rolling out. It was a success. That's 2
Oh.
successes. So even if he had hit you, you would have been fine, but it would have been a lot scarier.
Well, who knows? Butterfly effect, right?
Yeah, right. Okay, so we have Kiva Ghoul going next. It's gonna make a attack with its spike. It's coming out of its palm on you. That is a 15.
That hits.
4. 3 points of piercing damage. And you are grappled as it pierces through your arm with its spike and kind of holds on to you.
It's like being caressed by a cactus.
Okay. I am going to take the damage.
Okay.
But I'm at 1 hit point.
Whew.
This is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine. This is fine. I still have my reaction, and I still have a potion, and I still have spell slots. This is fine.
This is fine. Next is going to be the one that's against Mega. That is a 14.
Beats it.
Yeah.
So yep.
So that's going to be with his spike. He goes in for an attack, hits you, and deals 4 points of piercing damage. And you are also grappled as it takes its spike and it kind of pierces through your arm and grabs onto it.
Ouch.
It is out. Crealis. It's all you.
14 to hit and a 10 to hit.
That'll both hit.
Cool. Come on.
That's a total of 13 damage.
Nice.
It is barely stabilized. The portal you see around you is like wavering in and out constantly. Just
It's that
Like
miss
that.
earlier on the dagger.
Yep.
It's okay. I still have a bonus action.
Next is Mega.
All right. I'm gonna hit the guy in front of me.
Angrily attack.
who's grappled.
It's true.
Does it still have the fairy fire?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so you still have advantage.
Did you make your save? Your con save?
Oh, that's right. You have a con save. Kiva.
Oh, me. Yeah.
Forget
Thank
about
you for
con save.
reminding
I
me.
thought you roll. I thought I saw it and you rolled a 10
That was
on it,
earlier.
but I could be wrong.
That was
That,
different
yeah, that was
earlier, yeah.
earlier.
Okay, so
You're
No.
not maintaining
Damn it.
concentration, and the fairy fire kind of wanes.
okay,
If it makes you feel better, it's still glowing, just it's white instead of blue now.
Correct.
Yeah.
well, then in that case, I am gonna recklessly attack.
Okay. That'll hit.
God.
Okay. You smash the skull of this creature. It caves in and it falls to the ground. In Crealis, you actually notice from the glow a whiplash effect that ripples to the focus and shatters it. And the portal disintegrates.
Okay.
And the creature
That
that
was
is in front of the creature that's in front of Kiva kind of just disappears a little. Yeah, you kind of see it like disintegrate from head to toe. Just bye-bye.
Is
At-
the
at the-
field sort of dissipating as well now?
At the very end, as it's starting to dissipate, you actually see another hand kind of start to pull, kind of go through that same creature with the spike, and then it closes in on it, and the hand kind of cuts off and falls to the ground and disintegrates as well. And the field is now gone. We
I
are
love
still in
Crealis.
combat with Varis.
Mhm.
Kiva,
Oh,
it is your
what
turn.
a dick.
All right.
Is she still scared?
No, because the object
No,
of
it's
fear is
yeah,
not
you're
there.
actually not. And also, that would have
Yeah.
dropped this turn anyway.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead. Okay, so that little bubble is fading. Those things disappeared. We're sent. Okay. Yep. Bonus action to hit the artist formerly known as Varis.
Do it up.
Nice.
See if we can blast him. With +2.
It does not hit.
Okay.
It just kind of goes right past him.
And then hold on, I need to check one of my other spells real quick. Oh, and I have to be in touch range.
You got long
Okay.
arms. Go for it.
With 20 feet of movement.
I can't get there. It's too far.
Come on, just try to spit on me. Spit on me from here.
Oh,
Oh,
are people still slowed?
What?
Yeah.
Or did we ask that and I didn't hear the answer?
Did you what?
What?
Are people's speeds still reduced?
Yes.
Yep.
The effects seem to be
Okay.
lingering, even though the
Okay.
portal is closed.
Okay, that's 30 feet, and there's 20. Jeez, I'm like right in the middle. I can't really.
This
go.
the rift the I can't remove the that's actually part of the
Okay,
picture.
yeah.
But
That's-
yeah, it's gone.
that's fine.
There was a well there.
There is now just a frantically looking around bird there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just trying to think of what Kiva would do because there's what I want to do and there's what Kiva would do. And I think Kiva's just gonna move 20 feet closer. I think she gets
Okay.
the 20 feet. And since that was a bonus action, I'm gonna do as my action. I'm going to do an Arcana check around the well just to see if I can figure out what happened, or if you want history, whichever one will get me the most intel.
Arcana?
Okay. Okay.
The well doesn't seem anything specific. The focus that's on the ground seems to be kind of something that caused it. The focus is
okay.
the focal point, the broken focus. From the little bit you can glean, you have a basic idea of like what a focus is for a spell, and it's almost like the broken focus seems to be over infused with magic. Like
Okay.
it was overloaded in a way.
Gotcha. All right.
So,
Interesting.
Varis. First roll is a 6, but he has an advantage. Second roll was an 8. You're a lucky
Hey.
son of a bitch.
Okay, here we go.
Roll your
We're
saving
so
throw.
lucky.
You survive.
Yeah. I'm stable, but unconscious for
Yeah,
what
you're
is
still
it,
unconscious.
1d4 hours?
1d4, yeah, unless you get healing.
Healed in any form. Okay.
We'll get there. We'll get you there. It's fine. You're fine.
3 hours.
It's not like I could have done anything this turn anyway.
Crealis, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Carlos kind of looks around, sees the ghouls have vanished. Am I able to? Is the fog sort of lifting? Am I able to see?
It does
what's
seem to
going
be
on over
lifting
there?
up a little bit. You can definitely see that there is a unconscious Spaguglio on the ground, and Varys. I guess you would have seen the last little bit of him trying to hit Spaguglio and missing.
Mhm.
Because Varys is essentially so sporadic in his movements that when he goes for a punch, when he went for a punch, he like twitched off to the side a little bit
Mhm.
rather than hitting. That's what you would have seen. Or maybe
Yeah.
he was just trying to pull his punches for the one man that he saved.
Crealis looks up at Kiva like just distraught and then flaps over and takes out her short bow to fire at
Go for it.
yeah. 16.
That'll hit.
Ten damage.
Okay. As you kind of fire into his back, as he was going down for a punch, you kind of go over and fire a shot right into his back. He kind of falls over dead on top of Spaguglio.
Blanket.
Two dead bodies.
So you're
And she'll flutter over to
Yeah.
the other side of use, I guess, to
Yeah,
action
the other
economy wise, bonus action to dash and
Sure.
flutters over to the other side of Sfuglio to like kind of look to see is he breathing, is he not breathing, but that's all
he is breathing. And that is the end of combat. Because he's stable, so I don't need to have him make any more throws.
Fantastic.
Okay. So, the fog seems to be lifting. It's a little bit less bluish purple now. Slow process. There's a broken focus on the ground. Piles of ash where the creatures used to be, except for Varis. Varis is still currently laying on top of Spaguglio.
Thank you.
one final hug.
One final hug.
Final good. Our last
Sweet
goodbye.
embrace.
You did not trust him, but he still loves you.
Still loves
He's
you.
on to death.
The hell he does. He tried to kill me. Did a good job too.
Oh my
You
gosh.
Mega's gonna kick the, just kick the corpse of Varis off of Spaguglio
Shove.
and go to the belt, grab the potion of healing that Crealis gave him, pop it, and like pour it down, Spaguglio's throat.
Right down the
The-
hatch.
D4 plus con.
Plus 2.
2d4
Nope.
plus 2.
2d4 plus 2, yeah.
2d4, yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
9 total.
Wow.
Nice.
Spaguglio was having a nightmare that Giovanni was trying to open a rival restaurant right beside him. And when he snaps awake, he just kind of says, "I made you," and then just kind of realizes where he's at.
I said he's
He's
not
just
dead.
like gets back up on his feet. He's just like kicks Varys's body. "I made you dead."
Oh dear.
Okay.
Seeing
In
this
the
Leo,
meantime,
like conscious and back, Mega's gonna just like drop his mace and sit down and like lay back in the grass, just.
for Kiva, the work is not yet finished. She's gonna go and take a look at this focus,
Okay.
and kind of get a better idea of like what it is, what it looked like, maybe see if there's any like connection to the dagger since they were kind of nearby. They all kind of came from this happy little bubble of crazy.
Sure.
She's just gonna try to put the puzzle pieces together.
Do an Arcana.
Crowds
Absolutely.
perches on a nearby roof to see what's going on because, like,
So precious.
This was the center of the not good.
Was the center not good?
20.
Everyone's movement is back to normal at this point as well. The ground is no longer holding you back, essentially.
Cool.
Okay, so as you study the focus that is broken, you can kind of put two and two together that something happened with the shadow here. It seems to just be a magical object. You don't quite know its origin, but it's something that's just meant to focus magic. It seems to be extremely overloaded. You do sense a link between all of the townsfolk that were turned and this focus. Like something, the rift is also linked to it, but you do sense a link between the focus and the townspeople. All of this seems to be connected. Something very bad happened here. The focus overloading in some way seems to have created this horrible nightmarish thing that happened.
Is it still purpley and weird?
It's not, but I can't change the map color.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna. While they're doing that, I want to detect magic around us because before there was like dripping goo and like magic everywhere when I use detect magic. Is that still the case?
There's only the focus, which has a little bit of lingering, and you do actually in the well you detect some magical items.
Well.
I didn't say anything yet.
Well, they're all doing
That's
this
the subject.
investigation. Can Mega take a short rest?
No, but
Gonna
you'll
chill for an hour.
understand why in a bit. We're probably going to do one more small thing and then wrap it up. And then we'll probably end up doing rests after in the next session. Or before the next session.
I'm gonna walk up to where I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mega.
Oh, that's if that's the case, then Mega will join the crew over by the around the well.
Okay. Spaguglio was gonna say nothing and just jump down the well.
Cool.
Okay.
He'll use his rope so he doesn't like fall and take a shit ton of damage. He'll tie the rope on. He'll go down, but he's gonna like do it very hastily and just like kind of jump down quickly.
Sure, it's not a very deep well, but at the bottom of it seems to be a stash of some form of magical items. You find 100 gold, a medallion-looking object, and a sword that has a magical glow. Both the medallion and the sword have enchantment magic on them.
Okay, so what does that mean for my sheet?
Do an Arcana check.
Okay. 20. Not a crit.
Nice.
Wait, I have 2 horns now.
Yeah.
I just realized I have
You do.
2 horns.
Yeah.
I have a horn of silent alarm, and I have the horn of hearing, I guess.
Okay.
Look at me.
So with a 20,
Stole one of them.
you would know that the sword is the sword of vengeance.
Ah, yes. Okay, I know what that is in game.
Probably know what
too.
that is.
Okay.
Yeah. You would know what that is in game. And the other one is a medallion of thought.
I don't.
Which, if you don't know what that,
I don't seem to be able to find these.
I can put it in your stuff afterwards. You might
Okay.
not have them, and I can just do that real quick.
Okay. The sword of vengeance, though, is that a short sword?
It is
What
a
kind of sword
short
is it?
sword of vengeance.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because as soon as we get back to town, Spaguglio's going to sell all of his shit and get a rapier so he can actually hit things.
Nice. Sorry, you have a dagger. That is it.
I mixed up versatile and finesse, and I thought my spear was able to use dex, and it was a bad time because
It's
now
true.
the spear is useless.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't hit very much with
Are
that.
you proficient with a rapier?
I'm
Do you
proficient
want
with
outside proficiency?
simple. I think
Rapier's not
rapier's the
simple.
Rapier's not
Martial,
simple.
no?
Short
Damn,
sword
I need a
is.
I need a simple finesse weapon.
Short sword is versatile, yes.
But short
I
sword
need
is
some
simple.
finesse.
Finesse. And
It's finesse.
Oh,
it's not versatile, it's finesse.
if
It's
it's finesse, I'll keep it for myself because I need to get a stronger finesse simple weapon.
Not just a dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just a dagger. So I'll probably keep the sword of vengeance for myself. So I'm gonna climb back up. And
Are you? This is important. Are you equipping the sword on your person and attuning to this object?
I can't attune till a rest.
Correct. Okay, that's true. It does take time.
So yeah, I think I would need a long rest to attune it.
Yeah.
But I am gonna put it on my person. If it's in a sheath, I'm gonna attach it to myself. But yes,
Okay.
I am gonna wear it.
So you kind of make your way out of the well with all these new things.
And I'm going to say, finally, a weapon that deserves me. And then I'm gonna hold out the medallion, and I'm gonna be like, I found some other shit too, but we'll look at that later. And then he'll look around and he'll just be like, we also have some money. I think it's only fair that we share it equally amongst the people who did stuff. And then he looks over at the corpse of Varis. He'd be like, that means not you.
Nice.
So he'll give everybody 50 gold.
From 100 gold?
That's not. It's 25.
Sorry, 25. 25.
From
I thought I had
100?
200. I put 200 on my character sheet, but you're right. It was 100.
100, Rufus.
No, 200 is fine.
No, it's not. Okay. Wow.
I want that medallion if it's not going to get claimed.
At that point,
No, it's on me. I got that right now. I ain't giving that. You stole my fucking horn.
You gave it to me. You gave it to me.
I gave it to you to blow.
Gave it to me. I wasn't gonna blow it. I knew what it
She knew
was.
what it
I'm like,
was.
oh,
So I know it's a medallion of thought, but does Spaguglio know what that means?
You're not enough Arcana. You would know what that means.
Okay,
Um,
what does it mean for me? Is it
So
just
it means
detect
for you
thoughts,
to detect
basically?
thoughts. Yeah. While wearing it, it's 3 charges. While wearing it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge to cast the Detect Thoughts spell. Save 13 DC. And the medallion regains 1d3 expended slots daily.
Might give it to you later, but he's definitely going to use it once before he gives it away.
fair, fine, whatever.
And then,
Mega,
but
you were-
he is kind of going to taunt you, and he's going to be like, look, I found a magic thingy.
I mean, she's not gonna give in to your taunting. She's not like me, right? Like I would be like, give me. She's just gonna kind of like glare at you.
The magic thingy. Do you know what kind of a thingy this is? I know what kind of a thingy
Of
this
course,
is.
I know what kind of thingy.
What is it? What is it?
It's
do an
obvious.
Arcana check. Before you know what it is.
Before
Do
I
an
know what it is, I should know what it is.
You know,
I know
what it is.
I
For
know what
sure.
it is. It's obviously a medallion of thought. What do you think I am, a child?
I mean, you act kind of childish, so sometimes the line is very thin. But you're right. It is a doohickey of thought.
Kiva's gonna just like sigh. She does a lot of exasperated sighing around certain people. And she still wants to like pick up the remnants of the focus for research purposes. And
Give
yeah,
that
just
turn into the big bad. Like that's the end
Hey,
game of
if
this
I was-
character.
Yeah, yeah.
Of this character arc.
Kiva is the dragon.
Whoa!
Hey, I do have a starry dragon form
I
already.
know.
I'm not gonna do it.
So,
Yeah.
wow.
So
You
while
guys are
Spuguglia and Kiva
big
are
for-
arguing over the magic items.
Huh.
Mega's gonna go over to Varis's body and rifle it for the 12 gold that he saw Crealis give him earlier.
Sure.
Yeah.
Grab it.
Dispute.
Okay.
Crealis deliberately did this behind everyone so no one would see it.
That is true.
Ooh,
You wouldn't
Okay.
have known there's 12 gold.
never mind then.
Okay.
But are you
I
the
do-
type
I
to
know-
loot?
I know nothing.
I don't think Mega would.
I mean, if
loot
you're still
a
going
random
like,
body
oh,
for-
it's a body I'm gonna loot.
Yeah, you might. That's
Yeah,
fine.
but like,
Would you loot Varys's body?
Probably not, because he knows that Varys really had nothing.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, he actually had nothing. I made him empty all of his pockets and
Yeah.
like threatened to tie him up and had him
Yeah.
at like sword point.
Okay.
Oh, would he have heard the jingling of the gold as he was like carrying them on his shoulder,
Or as I kicked him.
No, I mean, it was pretty well
or
secured
as he
in a
kicked him?
bag. You probably wouldn't have
What
heard the
about
gold.
when
I
I,
don't
kicked
think.
him on the ground.
When I kicked him on the ground.
Okay.
Not unless you were
tried.
specifically listening for the jingling of gold.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably couldn't
so-
tell between Spaguglio's gold and his own.
Right, because you hear everyone's gold kind of jingling a little bit. You wouldn't be able to tell.
That's one thing Mega always hears is everyone's gold all of the time. It drives him slowly insane.
No, all day long.
So, Kraus, what's your AC?
Oh Jesus! You never want to hear that.
Good.
15.
Okie dokie. From
Bugs fall.
behind you, no, a dagger comes flying from something behind you on the rooftop, sinks right into your back, and deals.
Who hurt my baby Crealis? No. I will go mama bear on their ass.
21 points of necrotic damage.
Crealis
Yes.
falls off the roof onto the ground in front of you.
And you hear just a giggle from behind. Birdie falls off the roof. And a figure, another short elf.
Oh, hang on. How high up is the roof?
If you fell off the side of the awning, it'd probably only be like maybe 5-6 feet. Because you would have rolled off rather than falled forward.
Okay, cool. Just
Yeah.
checking if I take fall damage and take
You
a
are.
failed death save.
Also, so the way this is going to work, I'll go over that because you're actually not at 0. You're at 1 hit point. So what happened is the dagger hit you. The original damage hurt you, and then you felt this poison kind of go into your veins. You're currently at 1 hit point, but you are in extremely excruciating pain.
Crealis is squawking up a storm.
Yeah.
No.
And the figure just kind of stands on the rooftop and laughs and is like, and kind of looks at you. That's why the birdie shouldn't be taking my things. Because you actually notice the dagger that's in the back of Crealis, Kiva, since she fell right in front of you, is the exact same type of dagger that you picked up. I don't.
Okay.
And then she kind of looks all around and you might want to. Can I have that dagger back now, please? Anyone who might have it? Or do I have to search the
No.
screaming birdie while it's happening?
Do you know who you're dealing with?
I know exactly who I am dealing with,
As
yes.
he holds up the amulet
Oh, the
and
medallion.
says, "No, my actual amulet of
Oh, your
warlock
actual
and shit."
amulet. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Of
And
Of what?
says, "My name's Gary. Do you know who that is? I'm pretty freaking famous for kicking ass."
That can't be true because Gary's dead.
Am
We
I
dealt with
able-
him.
Is combat-y stuff able to happen, or are we just done?
It's very soft combat. If you want to try and do something, you can feel free.
I just want to pew pew my amulet.
Before I forget, the figure is kind of short, elvish, kind of typical as far as that goes, but doesn't look older than like a teenager.
Kiva's gonna kind of like interrupt this a little bit and kind of like step around in front of Spaguglio and just kind of call out and say, "I have your knife."
Can I have it, please? See, I can ask nicely for my own things. I don't just take them for no reason.
Absolutely, come and get it. And she pulls it out from her bag.
Okay. How do I know you're not going to all attack me when I get off this roof? It wouldn't be a very smart decision, but I don't know. And she looks at Spaguglio. I don't think you're all very smart to begin with.
I'm
Kiva
looking for a
kinda-
thumping.
Kiva turns to Spaguglio and gives him a look. Like, please God, don't do it. Not this time. Like, you don't know what you're fucking with, like, please.
She kind of sees a look and she kind of comes down she has another dagger in her other hand, kind of ready to go in case. Reaches out her hand for the dagger. She gets close to you and reaches it out. You just kind of give it over, or do you, like, what
So, in proper fashion, I kind of have the blade in my hand and I'm kind of handing her like the hilt of it.
Okay.
And as she kind of like takes it, I'm going to hold it for just a second, get a little bit closer. Do I remember this person?
Well, it's the dagger. So you don't actually, yeah, no, you would have seen her in the very last. It's the figure you saw in the second part of the last memory. This would be
Yeah.
2. This would
This
be
would be number 2, the
number
one
2.
who kind of set all of this off.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna pull her in kind of close and say, next time you should really be careful so other people don't have to clean up your messes, and let the dagger go.
She kind of takes it and is like, but the messes is what makes it fun. And she kind of scurries off back behind a house.
Is
And
there
away.
still a dagger in my back?
She did remove the dagger. Actually, right before she left, she did go over to Crealis and
Like there's a soundtrack
not-
of pain here.
yeah,
Like,
no,
like
you are
we-
still squawking. She actually puts her hand around the hilt and does not very nicely just rip it from your back and put it back in and say, next time, don't take things that don't belong to you. And scurries on back. Currently, Crealis is squawking in pain at 1 hit point. You don't know
I'll go
exactly what
over-
happened.
Yeah, I'll go over and use.
Did you want to use Detect Thoughts before all this happened, Rufus? Because I think you said that and I forgot. That's my bad. You had a
No,
chance
I had
to.
the other. I had the other amulet up. I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
zap
All right.
him.
All right.
In
But you
retrospect,
decided
I would
not
have
to.
liked to have done that, but that's not the amulet I had up.
Okay.
In retrospect, that would have been a good idea, but I was just gonna shoot him.
Yeah, I'll go over and cure wounds, Crealis.
It seems to have no effect.
Cure wounds?
Correct.
I would like to make a medicine check.
Sure. You can do medicine check.
17. Do I know what's going on?
Sure, that's high enough. So you realize when the cure wounds doesn't have any effect, and by the fact that Crealis seemed to take a very hard hit to the back and fall off the building, but is screaming in pain. That is a rare poison called a necrotic poison. You don't know of the cure off of the top of your head, but you do know that it is a poison that will, if left unattended for 24 hours, which is pain for the entire 24 hours, the being will die.
Well, I probably know of this from the mafia.
Sure. They might use that.
So he walks over to Crealis and checks her over really quick. And how far away are we from where we left? Like, I know we traveled by horseback to get here, but how far did we ride the horses to get to this town?
I think it was a day.
Oh shit. So I take Kiva
Was it
over
hard
here
fighting?
away
Sorry.
in Mega. I take them both away from Crealis, who's withering in pain. And I look at them and I say, we're about 24 hours away from the nearest person who can probably help. That poison kills in 24 hours. We either need to get somewhere very quickly or start digging very quickly.
That's movement.
So did we ride hard to get to where we are at?
You didn't ride super hard. You might be able to push it in 24 or a little bit less.
I'll go ahead and use one of my horn charges. The Horn of Silent Alarm.
Okay.
So maybe we can meet someone halfway. So when you use an action to blow it, one creature of your choice can hear the horns blare, provided the creature is within 600 feet. Like if we have to travel a little ways out, to kind of get within that range, like I'll do it. But like as soon as I'm within like the range of someone else,
It's a creature
who is,
of
like,
your
an
choice. So
ally.
do you have to say
I mean-
who it would be?
You
I
don't
don't-
also.
Like,
There's
And
no
line-
number of charges per day, right?
There's four.
4 charges per day.
Or per day?
You can't just
Yeah.
like blow it forever.
Damn. Yeah. Well, that's what I was like. You could just be running like.
I mean, I can do it 4 times as we like get closer and
Yeah.
closer.
Okay.
Just so like someone can meet us halfway.
I guess the best bet would be the people who brought us here, right?
That's right.
Did they leave?
They should technically still be there.
So
Or
you
no,
could use
they
that
they
for-
went into the town and you never saw
Yeah.
them. So they might be back there. Could be dead, could be alive, could have left.
Yeah, but I remember the name of the person who like escorted us here, right?
Did I give him a name?
Did give him a name.
I'm
It
sorry,
was
I don't
something
have my
generic.
notebook with me
It was
today.
something generic like David too. It was
Sure,
So
his name is David.
generic.
I need to mark
His
that somewhere
name is
real
David.
quick.
It was
David.
generic. I know that. It
Yeah,
was a
no, it was
generic
like
name.
it was a normal human name.
It might have been Bob.
Oh, it was
Normal-
Bob. No, it was totally Bob. I always have
Yeah.
a character named Bob in my
It's
commands.
totally Bob.
Nailed it.
Oh goodness. So yeah, like we'll head in the direction of the town, and when I feel like we're in a like within 600 feet or so, or every so often, I'll target Bob and
Okay.
You're
try to
the
get him,
perfect person
try to
to
get
do
him
that.
to meet us halfway.
You actually know Hartirim, so you actually have a chance at knowing when you're about 600 feet away.
I know,
Hard
right?
knocks, yeah.
It's almost like this book was helpful.
how are you carrying Crealis? Because she ain't moving.
Oh, it's
Yeah, you're
gonna be
gonna have to,
Mega.
like-
I was gonna say,
Meg's next carry, yeah.
yeah, Mega's gonna take his bedroll, kind of try and tuck Crealis into it and basically carry her like a football and just start running.
Okay. So, you guys are going to make your way out of Hartirim. And as you are leaving Hartirim, a familiar face, Barty, comes running out toward to meet you. And that's where we're going to end it.
Who's Marty?
Bartholomew, the
Barty.
specialist.
Yeah,
Barty.
yeah. Sorry,
The dude who sent us here.
I heard Marty.
Marty.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a...
Like,
Doc-
You don't
Doc-
have human names. They're all
Doc-
the same.
Doc is back in town. He sent Marty.
He sent Marty. You need to go back in time.
well, all right.
Go back. Tell me that.
Cliffhanger. Corrales' life in the balance.
Oh, she'll be fine. We'll take care of her.
Oh yeah, she'll be totally fine. Nothing bad could possibly
Din's
happen.
completely unrelated. Can you roll another character? Completely unrelated.
No.
If it is the last thing I do, I love her too much.
I think you have a choice.
Okay, well, that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you all for stopping by for some D&D. We'll see you all. Do you guys want to do next Sunday? This coming Sunday? Because that would be our normal time. And just do like 2 quick ones back to back, or wait?
I don't mind.
I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of get back into our normal Sunday nights.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Rufus, Beal. We good?
That sounds good to me.
If not, that's fine.
No, it's
I
good for
don't
me.
know that I can do this next Sunday, just
Okay.
because I'm in the last semester of my class and have a giant project due on the 23rd.
Sure.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
So
We can play it by ear and let me know if you
I think
can or can't. I'll.
can we pencil it in, and I'll let you know on Sunday.
Definitely.
Okay.
We can do that.
Okay.
Well then, goodbye everyone. And potentially see you next Sunday, or if not, another Sunday after that. Thanks all for stopping by and have fun.
Bye.
Bye.